rolling like a geezer.
Well, in case the intro didn't give it away, you're watching Graybeard'S Studio, and we're doing Batman from the TV side of things today. So that means the TV show, any of the cartoons, all the way up to Batman, the animated series, Bruce Timm's masterwork. So we got a wide variety of Batman imagery to pick from today. So thanks for joining us. Let's bring in the crew and get this show rolling. The guy who picked the categories this week, should be no surprise to anybody, is Mr. David Williams. Some people call him Disco Dave Williams. So welcome, David. I'm tripping hard, man. That almost looks like an Alex Ross painting when you're flashing those lights on it. The different colors on there.
He wishes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's nice from what I can see. Let's bring in the Sasquatch himself, Kelsey Shannon. There he is.
Let's cross this out. Let's put a little Kelsey here.
You're on.
Oh, sorry. Just doing a little house cleaning, nothing to see here.
Why would you devalue Bisley artwork like that?
What? No, that was mine art.
Oh, okay. All right. Make sure. Maybe I was a little confused there what I was seeing. David's strobe lighting effect is maybe I'm stroking out or something.
You didn't see anything.
Okay. You saw nothing.
It's an illusion.
Nothing to see here.
Return to your room. Everything's fine. Here's a guy in his room. It's Gary Martin. There he is.
G Money. You got G Money hats? Oh,
look at you. Gary Martin ink hats. Look at that, man.
He's got advertising machine right now.
I know he's got a Dave Stevens ripoff shirt he's wearing.
Excuse me.
Oh, Gary, I kid because I care.
Just remember that next time I
not much.
jab you a bit.
Oh my goodness! So, what a week! Kelsey finished the nightclub coloring job. We were very excited about that. So that's going to be getting lettered extremely soon. And I paid right away. I'm a good guy to work for, aren't I?
I immediately went to the dance club.
I paid him in ones. I sent him this briefcase full of ones, and I was like, "Here you go."
No, actually, I did.
Bubbles thanks you.
I bought a what do you call it? An iPad Pro, like Mr. Graham Nolan.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I need one bad because my monitor is about to crap out again. I bought a cheap one. You know me and my cheap stuff.
You know, you keep buying cheap stuff, and eventually it adds up, and you just wish, I should have just got the expensive thing that lasted to begin with.
That's why I hope I'm not regretful of this purchase of an iPad Pro. Going back into the belly of the beast. I hope I didn't make a mistake, but we'll see. I think it'll help a lot. I got a lot of stuff to do, and I think it'll help.
Well, anything that helps move the process along, Kelsey, I'm in favor of. So
yeah,
there you go.
Me too.
All right. Well, let me take a second here and see who's here with us. Red Sands of Mars showed up. He says, TV Batman, what a way to go. Bassmaster Dan is here. Leg Kick is here because Leg Kick, of course, is almost always here. Prater 7, Creative Faye. Now, I like what Creative Faye has to say. She says, hello, Grays. How are you fellows doing today? It's always nice when I can hang with you guys. Let the drawing begin, though it's only natural that Aaron will win with Kelsey in second place. You see, that's what I like to see. Of course, it's...
That was a whole straight up diss on me.
I know. Schism says, well, just a reminder, it's not a competition unless Mr. David wins. So there's all sorts of people choosing sides already. Boy, Creative Faye is right back with schisms. She says, David only qualifies if he actually finishes his piece on stream if it's more than a portrait.
There you go.
Yeah, baby. All right. Repairman Jack is here. He says, we got a lot of complimentary stuff in the chat today. He says, what's up, Graybeard's? I really appreciate the different qualities you guys bring to your art here. Well, thank you. Robert the Bruce is here. Kevin Tomset. He's got his bat shark repellent spray ready. Daniel Russell says he's hoping that I draw Catwoman with either Julie or Eartha.
He told me he was going to do Clayface again. So it's just basically sludge.
No. I'm gonna do a girl. I
want Julie with Eartha's voice. Can I get that?
I don't know if I can do that. And he says, bro is going to kill this one, and Kelsey is always the wild card. Boy, he's got this figured out. Toshira's here. Brian Norton, all the way from Japan. Custom God is here. Bibliobob. Why can't
you mess that up every single time?
Say it 3 times fast.
Bibbly Bob.
There it is. Thank you. Dan, the Pizza Man Genovese is here. Ignite. Vero Kusaki. And it's all this like this Japanese stuff, man. It's just like
embrace it.
I can't handle it. Bill Weist is here.
Hold on a second. Cannon. Does Dan the Pizza Man do you deliver to Vancouver, Washington?
I think he's an East Coaster. Pizza would be cold by the time I got there, I think. Han Cannon is calling us out for being late. We were discussing stuff backstage. We were actually everybody was early.
All for your benefit.
That's right.
Important
talking
things
about
that we can't
future
divulge.
things for the show.
We were discussing when it was going to be cool enough for some barbecue again.
Yes. Gray Wolf Graphics is here. Teasman 74. Luffy is God. Let's see here. Joseph Dredd is here. We already said Tarks 9 from Canada is here. Sketch 51. Dumbest name is here.
I don't know if that's the dumbest name, but it's close.
Ruby Jade 90 is here. Nosferatu Zod. David has no idea how to draw Batman, so this will be fun. I think he's a little sarcasm there in his voice. Marcus Killigrew, the man of pop culture knowledge, is here. Let's see. Will Excel, You Scared Jody returns. He's our cryptid expert. He got a little mad at me on my Sunday show for making fun of my the many cryptids that I mock on my show. So he's
I'll
back.
watch out for him then.
I know. MPC Oasis. Let's see. Kevin Thomas. Whoa, just in time. Somebody please pick the Gray Ghost. Hands down, my favorite episode from Batman the Animated Series.
That's a good one.
Phil Diaz is here. How about that?
He's always here.
Let's see.
He's like the Jack Torrance of Comicsgate. He's always
he's always there. Bretsky the Great is joining us, and Art of Roy is here. Christina Lynn is here. She's anxiously waiting for me to send her pages to proofread. Very, very soon. Very soon. John Porton is here. Oh, we just got tons of people. Chimera is here. Jab Style. All right, hang on a second. What does that even mean? Jav Stylor. Jav Stylor? Jeff Styler. Jeff Styler? Hi, what a coincidence. I mentioned yesterday the last movies I bought were Akira, 4K, and the Adam West Batman. Sometimes you just can't get rid of a bomb.
I love that movie.
I know. David Alicia is here. Wiley J. Draws is here. And Jetto Jega. Let's see. Jasu just joined us. And, of course, 40% Zed. You guys, Thank you for joining us. Please hit the like and subscribe while you're here. Ring the bell for notifications. It's all good fun for all of us, helps the channel grow. And that's what we're all about, is growth.
Especially around the waist.
It's well, there's no stopping that. I was thinking more like character growth.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to think if maybe we could get a little grow a little bit as individuals on this show.
Oh, I've given up on that a long time ago.
Yeah, well, you're probably wise. Let's do a little round of show and tell, because David is obviously anxiously has stuff he wants to show us. So let's take a look
for
at
a finished piece from last week.
Yeah, what
I really
happened?
kind of wanted to see how that came out.
I got to show my Turok piece too. Okay,
Yeah.
thanks for reminding me. All right, here's David showing. Wait, put that Batman back up there. Wait a second. Let's see the Batman first.
That's a classic.
That's old though.
That's a classic.
Damn, it's still cool.
Ooh.
That
I colored that one.
Yeah, you did.
is that the original or a print right there?
It's a print.
Oh.
Okay, see the original is long gone, is what you're telling me.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So there's Batman. There's cool Batman, and let's take a look at the.
Oh yeah.
So this is a commission that I'm working on. I got to paint this of Big Barda. But
David, I would be extremely happy if you just devoted the rest of your life to doing Barda pieces.
Yeah, you do great.
Come on.
Yeah.
But I don't know whether to do it this way or this way, which, or to flop it. So
The other way.
That's interesting.
the other way,
I like it the other way, yeah.
it flows better this way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah,
so.
let's go
The
with
center
that.
of attention you see first.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
That's right, because you read left to right. See,
Yeah.
So, whatever's sticking out there left is probably.
So I had this. I think I showed this last week with the
Right.
disaster.
Yeah, don't drop any strange inks on the new one. Yeah. he was fine.
Yeah. So here was the disaster where the ink just went all into the characters and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. So I did it again. I'm still afraid to paint it, but I'm painting it today, so I'll have it done today. But I went over it and stuff. So just fingers crossed that
Don't spill anything on it. Don't spill your coffee on it, or like have a meatball sub or something while you're working on it.
Yeah, right. What was the thing you
David,
said yesterday, Gary?
I think you missed an opportunity. I think Green Lantern should be shooting out a calamari fork.
Yeah, right.
Oh, that'd be hilarious. Yeah.
Hey, technically, I could still do that, which
Yeah.
is weird. So.
That's good. That's
But
good.
what was the thing you said before we got off the phone, Gary?
What about Green Lantern?
Yeah, you wished me something on this.
Oh, yeah. Thinking about the Bill Cosby thing.
Yeah.
That old bit that he did about flying. When he's on an airline and they're about to take off, and he yells out, "Hope the plane don't crash." What everybody's thinking he's saying, and so I wish David, hope you don't ruin it.
Yeah.
Will Excel said he prefers the topless version, Brohawk. Of course, he's talking of not the topless version of Brohawk, but the topless version of Big Barda, I think. Is what
Oh,
he's referring
whoa.
to.
Okay,
David, you drew a topless Barbie?
No.
Hellboy Hendricks says Kelsey needs a slap in the head. I don't know what's going on here, but there seems to be.
In general, probably. Yeah.
Yes, probably just a.
you
All right,
have a-
David, that stuff looks great.
Kelsey, do you have a beef with Hellboy?
No, well, I mean, there was that one time back in the 70s, but we squashed that.
So wait a minute, David. What were we working on last week? Did you finish that Green Hornet thing?
No, I'm adding some things to that, and I'm gonna paint that. And make it look real good.
All right, Kelsey. What do you got? Oh, that's a nice piece of
Yeah,
paper.
you like this? You like this?
Yeah.
No. Well, I was going to share that. I bought a copy of Avatar, The Way of Water, the new one.
Oh, did you?
I'm going to check that out, and also Firefly, which I enjoyed. It's a 2-disc set.
Yeah, I love that series
these up
and,
at Walmart?
film.
Carl Story got me into this. I was like, get out of town. I'm not gonna watch that crap. He's like, trust me, you'll like it. It was good. Oh yeah, and then this is from last week. This is garbage.
Please zoom in on the girl's face. Thank you.
Still got the face.
You can draw one of those cartoon dotted lines from her eye.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
this is going to explode on the next auction. You just wait.
You just tainted the audience.
Yes.
I'm going to pay extra big money for that.
Bob's gonna be rich. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I've had a solid win, even though it's not a competition. I just mean for me, I haven't really felt good about it. I don't even remember the last several pieces, so I'm hoping to pull something on I can be proud of today. So we'll see.
Well, we're all hoping for that.
Yeah.
Now, 40% Zed says topless Barta. That's terrible, just terrible. Where would someone even find something like that? Be specific, so I don't accidentally go there.
Be extremely specific.
Actually, David's
Kelsey,
alternate email is no.
Kelsey, I like this painting a lot.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. I do actually like it a lot.
Oh,
okay.
Just kidding. I actually think it's ridiculous. But,
You signed it, Bob. So is that like when the director on a movie wants his name taken off? It's like
yes, he does.
John Smithy or Alan Smithy.
Alan Smithy. Yeah,
that's right. So Bob is your. I'm
just
not taking credit for this.
Just write 4 on top of it and give it to Bibbly Bob.
Yeah, there you go.
You should have wrote like D. Williams on it.
Hey, I'll take that cred. I like it.
No one would believe it because it's finished. So
nice.
Yeah.
Look at him. Aaron's on a roll. Look at him.
I know. I'm going to start calling people names here pretty quick.
You friggin' dicks.
I can't believe you'd say something like that. That's unbelievable on this show of all places. Jeez.
Right?
Okay. Well, I don't think people are going to buy that.
Oh, all right.
I think you're going to have to ink that over and.
All right, enough of me.
Okay, all right. Well, let's take a look at Gary. Gary's. Ooh, what's
Ooh.
this?
I've been sort of sitting on these covers that David did for T-Jaw for obvious reasons.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided to put them up for sale. I got 3 of them.
Well, how come you got all of them?
These we did some pages on Blue Line and some pages were done on David's original pencils.
He went and did a little dumpster diving behind David's house.
Yeah, basically you stole these from David. Wow, this just keeps going on and on. Man,
yeah, the covers were done on Blue Line. And there's the second one and the third one.
Beautiful.
Yeah, these are so amazing.
What could have been, right?
I know, exactly. And I have a bunch of pages that we did, and some of the stuff that David and I did has not seen the light of day yet. I'll show those next week. So this week I wanted to show these 3 covers, and they're available. If anybody's interested, hit me up.
You got them like behind you. Show the scale of how big they are.
It has an interesting provenance. There's a whole story behind these.
Yeah,
there's
wow. They're big. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Is that hand lettered at the top?
No.
Hey,
check out that hair.
Oh, wow.
I'm actually thinking on my next project of trying to get all the lettering hand lettered on the board if I can find someone who can do it.
That's what I want to do. I'd love to get there. Ooh, wow.
What could have been.
Yeah, a lot of people saying that in the chat, and even our good friend Mike S. Miller says that could have been a great book.
Check out that face. Come on.
Yep.
Don't say. Never mind. I'm gonna leave that one alone.
Show that double. You got that double page behind you, right?
Yeah.
Oh, is there a double page? Yeah, let's see the
That's
double
the one
page.
you wanted to see, Aaron.
That's the one I was looking for, but didn't
Wow.
find in the book.
I've never seen that actually.
That,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen,
This
is a
is
double
on
page spread.
This is on David's pencils.
This
Check out
is a
that-
double page
that
spread
dude.
right here, folks.
Wow.
Check out that blur action on the steering wheel.
That's all Gary. It's like,
Havashi!
let me put some speed lines.
Scurvy dogs.
Yeah.
Wow, that's great.
But I was told I wasn't working.
Oh. Wow. Dang.
Mm-mm.
All right. Well,
Mm-mm.
now we're all sad, Gary. Thank you.
Hey,
Appreciate that. Let me cheer you all up with a giant picture of me.
that works. I'm with you.
That
Everybody's
cleaned my
laughing
palate.
now. Good times had by all. All right. So I using the Kelsey recommended crappy watercolors,
Whoa.
I kept going and I
Oh, with
kept going.
You did this with the crappy watercolors?
Oh
Yep.
my goodness.
Way to go. Look at that.
That's impressive.
Yeah, it is. You weren't gonna finish it.
I know, right?
Yeah, I started messing with it and I kept messing with it and kind of like Kelsey, I just kept messing with it.
Yeah.
And I could not stop messing with it until I finally got something. I thought, you know what? I can save this. I can
Well,
make this work.
Since you're not used to this, just a word of advice, keep it locked away in the darkness, no light, no water, no moisture, no breathing on it, and it'll be fine for a long while.
Those paints just won't start chipping off and
Yeah,
falling.
at least
to
a
the
week
floor.
or two, it'll last. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, yeah. So
That
Put a
looks
little-
great.
thank you. Put a
I
little.
like
work
the
in there.
color of the dinosaur, how you made him like purplish.
Well, I went purple, and someone said that he was Megatron because if you had got the Megatron figure, the original one, it was purple, and I thought, maybe he's a little too purple. So I started working in some orange and red in here to kind of get, some blues. Had a good old time with it. Got some red right there. The feathers. That's right. Red in the
The
right
red
spots.
Makes it
Yeah.
a winning piece.
That's
It was
exactly
orange
right.
before. What did you do?
Huh?
It was orange before.
I painted over it with red.
Ta-da!
Isn't that amazing? It's a miracle.
Yeah,
Suddenly it's working. I don't know
you're
what
a
it is.
genius.
Is it the
Yeah, I
red?
know. Wow. So anyway, there's that.
Ah, that came out great.
Skull Nasher said Barney looks angry.
Well, Barney's purple too, right?
yeah.
No, someone asked me seriously why did I paint the dinosaur purple? And the very first dinosaur toy I got was a toy from that they were selling at La Brea Tar Pits, and they had these dinosaurs, and they were all cast in plastic purple. So, in fact, I'll show it right now because Kelsey will try and get me to do it while I'm supposed to be drawing.
Yeah, get it out now while you can. I'm really
So,
interested in those books on your shelf in the back. You'll have to share those later.
I got books, dude. Hey,
Ooh.
hey, purple dinosaur right there.
Is this the one you were sharing with me where you were saying that you thought it would be like twice as big and they sent it to you? Is this tiny one?
No. This I actually got at La Brea Tar Pits.
Oh,
They're
okay.
like, oh my gosh, I just broke his tail off.
Ah!
Oh man.
It was
Oh,
an
How long have
heirloom.
you had that?
I don't know.
You were going
40
to pass
years?
that down to your children.
40 years. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to glue
Wow.
it. Don't tell anybody. It's no longer in mint condition.
A
That really
40-year-old
pisses me
tail
off.
is still, it held up a long time.
They put an airport over the La Brea Tar Pit. It's not even there anymore.
Oh really?
No, I don't know. I'm just... It's now a shopping mall. You'll never get that again.
There was something else I wanted to show too, since I right now what I'm working on is the last backup story in Wraith of God. I've got a
Is that dinosaur? Is that dinosaur skin on that sketchbook?
Yeah.
yeah, purple. No, so the last backup story is the Kit Carter story for the book, and so I thought, wouldn't it be kind of interesting to show the
Ooh.
The origin of Kit
Ooh.
Carter.
Wait, whoa. Slow down.
Wow.
Go back. Don't be drawing Superman without my permission.
Wait, what's going on with that nose? Never mind. That's foul.
Yeah.
Just turn the page.
It's a compare and contrast.
Yeah. Okay. That
No,
is
this is-
fantastic.
That is the very first Kit Carter drawing I ever did in my sketchbook.
Wow.
Man, I love pencils. Can't we just do pencils? Why do we got to ink?
I know.
It's like-
You're making it hard for the rest of us.
I can never draw in sketchbooks. I could never do it.
Not
Dude,
like that.
My sketchbooks were horrible until I started seeing what Adam Hughes was doing in his sketchbook, and I said, "Man, I got to up my game." So I started putting more effort into my my sketchbooks.
He puts more effort into his sketchbooks than his actual pages.
Yeah.
And that turned into this.
Ooh.
Finished.
Gosh, man. Look at that.
Wow.
Look at that bright orange.
Electric, baby.
No, that's
Yeah,
fantastic.
That orange was a great choice.
Golly. I love how everything pops against it. So good.
And then this.
Wait.
was
Go back to that thing and go back. Did you copy that or did you just blow it up from your pit? Because it's a little different. Let me go back. Show your
Yeah, the before and after.
I blew this up and light tabled it,
Okay.
Oh,
and then
okay.
cleaned it up and made alterations as I was.
Yeah,
going.
because I was just trying to see where the alterations were and stuff like that. Okay.
Yeah, I like the face better, I think, in
Yeah,
the new one.
yeah.
She's got like
Yeah,
kind of
you
a
really made
little
that face.
I
nuance.
noticed
to
that
it.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of
Real
an
nice.
Elfriend thing going on there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very nice. All right,
Right.
now go to the next
Quit
thing.
showing off. All right, get out.
This was
Ooh.
this would have been the first. This was before she was Kit Carter. This was just a illustration I was doing for a portfolio I was putting together, and I started painting her. And I think I told this story before, but probably on my show, not this one, where I realized I thought, well, wait a minute. If she's a space chick, she wouldn't be like in a space swimsuit. She would have pants on, protecting her skin. So I thought that was kind of dumb. So I went back and redid it with blue. Made the whole costume and it didn't have the exposed legs.
Now
so.
this feels like a Dave Stevens kind of composition type
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
We were talking about him earlier and stuff.
That's an EC Wally Wood kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Putting the women
Yeah.
in skimpy.
Yeah.
But I don't know about that high camel toe action though.
Camel
What are
toe
you talking about?
action.
What are you talking about?
You got to break out them dollar store paints and finish this one up.
Yeah,
I think
know.
David just put some words together that's never been uttered before. It was like a camel toe action.
You see what happened here was for some dumb reason I used India ink that bled.
Oh,
And
weird.
I didn't realize it wasn't permanent. And I started doing watercolor over it and it started bleeding. I was like, holy crap.
Oh,
So I sprayed the whole thing with fixative that you're supposed a workable fixative, right?
yeah.
And you can see it makes the
Yeah, I don't
paint's
like
a
it.
little spotty, and which really bugged me at first, but now I kind of like it. I think it looks
Yeah.
okay.
Really? Yeah. I don't know. I just hated the way it like the paint would when I used it way back in the day, it would like the paint would bead up on it. I hated that.
Yeah, I was just getting this little sort of like speckling effect. It wasn't beating up on whatever I used here. But
okay.
this was 2001. It's been sitting here, so it's 22 years ago I started this, and I still haven't finished it. So
I see you, Henry Bemis.
What's he saying? Oh.
Camel-
Aaron should
what did
highlight
I
that.
miss?
You're gonna
What did I
start
miss?
something here.
Henry Bemis. Be sure to highlight that one, Aaron.
Oh my gosh! All right, okay.
What are you doing? Oh, he just saw it. Okay.
Okay, so gentlemen, do we have any idea what you're going to do today, David?
Something from Batman. Duh.
Okay,
Just Batman.
Wow.
Hello.
Why didn't I think of that? Could you possibly be more specific?
Probably because I know Kelsey's going to do the animated thing, and we both worked on the animated thing in some capacity. So I don't want to do anything competing with Kelsey because I'd blow him away. I'll probably do some
Silverhawks.
Yeah. Right. So I'd probably do something from the TV show, the 66 show. So maybe Yvonne Craig or Adam West or who knows.
That was one of our more successful collaborations.
We did that together too. Yeah, we worked on the. That was fun.
Do you remember what issue that is? It's a Mr. Freeze issue.
I think it was number 10.
Yeah, go check that one out. I really enjoyed that.
You guys worked on the comic, the Batman Adventures comic?
Yeah.
No, the 66, Batman 66.
Oh.
Yeah,
that was a lot of fun. I'm glad I got those.
Extremely cool, Mr. Freeze.
Yeah, it was great. It was one of those situations where David sent me all his layouts, like they were all done, and he's like, "I don't know, I'm not feeling this." I'm like, "This is the coolest thing I've ever seen. Just give it all to me, and I'll ink it and color it." And then he was like, "Whoa!" And then we sent it to the editor, and ta-da, I got a job. So it was like
the best one. I think it blew everybody away.
Oh yeah.
Well, duh. I don't think I ever saw that issue that you did of Batman.
It has a Mike Allred cover. Well, I
Can
guess
you
they
pull
all
up
did.
some of those pages, Kelsey?
Oh man, that's on my hard drive.
Oh.
I don't even have it on me.
Well,
Google it, Aaron.
I'm not. You Google it.
No, wait until we're drawing.
Yeah,
David.
wait till you start drawing, and then after.
All right.
Out of the comic box to show. This is
So look at he left the studio.
Yep, he said, "I'm out of here. I can't hang with you guys."
It's like nobody asked me to draw Batman 66. I'm out of here.
I stall for a minute while I find this thing.
Oh, that's what we were doing. Making fun of you. That's how we stall.
Continue then.
Now I'm out of everything. I got nothing else to talk about.
What in the world are you showing, G Money? Oh, look at that.
Man, look at that. Can't wait for that book to come out.
Right.
Oh.
Hey, everybody has campaigns, and they're all in the links to the campaigns are in the description of this video. So please check those out.
Yeah, I've actually heard that my sketchbook on Fund My Comic is finally back up. I believe. So if you've been waiting for a copy or waiting for the campaign to open back up, it is now open. We're going to be going to print very soon, and getting books out to people. I'm very excited. Yay!
Cool.
You're over 18 grand now, aren't you on that?
Something like that. Honestly, I haven't checked. So I actually got what's funny is that they were capturing the funds from everybody that purchased a book, and somebody called me. I got a call from New York, and I just answered it. And they were like, "Yeah, I got this charge for like $40 on my card." And I'm like, "Well, I don't know anything about that, but this is Kelsey." And he was like, "Oh, hey, Kelsey," and then I had a nice talk with somebody from New York about they watched the show and everything. Very nice conversation. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Funny. Jeff Potts making fun of me. Chicken legs. Very hairy chicken legs. Aaron, don't skip leg days.
Oh, man.
Oh my gosh. Jeff Potts says, in fact, if a werewolf was genetically blended with a chicken, that would be Aaron's legs.
All
right. Put up with that crap. All right. So here, before we get going here, let me share this with you. This is a classic David Williams piece from Super.
Oh, man.
Oh, wow.
You went way back.
No.
Yeah.
Kidding.
Look
What's
at
that?
that.
83? Like, when was this?
1998.
Wow. Gosh, man, that's great.
Yeah.
And Jason Palmer colored that.
Yeah, Palmer was there. That's right. Gary, you were there.
By hand, right? Like that looks like airbrush or something, or watercolor.
Burt Ward wanted to buy the original, but he wanted to do a trade. He said, "I'll give you half cash, and you can have." And he had a prop of the Robin suit there.
No
He said, I'll
way.
give you this and some cash for that original. And I'm like, it's not mine to give because I gave it to the show.
Oh man, you could have had. Oh, man.
Oh, that's a bummer. And you
Wow,
could have
look at the
Robin's
guys that were
outfit in a
here.
glass case right next to you.
Right?
Aaron Presti was there.
That's right.
Hey. Oh,
Nina
nice piece.
Steedley.
I remember that piece.
Close in on that piece that you did. What was that, Xena?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was my
You
kind of
did,
James Bama Doc Savage tribute cover of Xena with the mummy.
Aaron, you did some awesome Xena covers.
Yeah.
Yep.
You did.
Thank
I
you.
remember those days.
They were so detailed.
I was always trying to prove something.
Well,
you know?
you had Michael Golden doing Hercules covers. You got to step it up. I mean,
Right, exactly. Art Adams was there. Brent Anderson, Sergio Aragones.
I think I have a piece in that book. It might have been the Mickey Mouse one.
Is this the one where we met the twin from Bewitched, Gary?
I don't remember what show we.
Yeah, there she is, Erin Murphy. She was older. She was our age, though. She was like in her 30s. We were hanging out with
I
her.
remember that.
Yeah,
from
she was
Bewitched.
cool.
Yeah, there was like Adam
Was she a
West,
baby in Bewitched? I don't
Yeah,
remember.
she was really little.
Okay.
Brink Stevens. Speaking of Dave Stevens, was there.
Yeah.
Herb Jefferson. Don't know who that is. Oh, that's the guy from Battlestar Galactica.
Oh, okay.
He was there.
Is my
Alan
Mickey
Young,
Mouse
the
in
voice of
there?
Uncle Scrooge.
Is my Mickey Mouse in there? Is that convention? I can't remember.
I'm looking. Art Adams was there.
Mm-hmm.
Kieran Dwyer, Dan Brereton. Gee, many Christmas.
Wow.
Joyce Chin was there. John Estes, Al Gordon. Whatever happened to Al Gordon? I haven't seen him in forever.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
skip ahead. You're only in the G's.
Yeah.
Eric
I used-
Larson.
I
let's
used to
see.
like Al Gordon's stuff.
Ron Lim, Gary Martin. Blank. Nothing from Gary.
Right? He
Dang
inked
it.
those letters.
Taking lettering. Brandon Peterson was there. What happened to him? I haven't heard from him in ages.
I like
All right.
Brandon, man. He was great.
Tom Yates, David Williams, and Walden Wong. Wow, what a lineup.
Walden, yeah.
You guys could have been there, but most of you weren't even born, probably. So I don't know.
Right?
Are we gonna light this candle?
Yeah.
Oh, we haven't started? Oh, my bad.
All right. I guess. Okay, I'm drawing. I guess. Am I drawing Julie Newmar? I guess
Yeah.
I am.
That sounds
You're
like a plan to
asking?
me.
Comic Hinterland says, "Was this at the 1963 World's Fair?" Will Excel is like Gary says. Is there going to be drawing on this stream? Yeah, we're
Oh, now you guys are rushing us. I thought you
I
liked
know.
this. Golly.
Oh, well, we haven't started yet? Oh, my bad.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I see how it is. All right.
Well, what are you
All right.
drawing? Oh, I'm drawing Batman also. Oh, dang.
Wait a minute. Who are you drawing?
Do him.
Don't worry about it.
He's on 2 times speed.
This is all they want to see.
He's like the Flash, man.
I'm going to draw Batman Beyond, actually.
Oh, son of a gun.
You know why? Because there's red in it.
That's right. I knew it. I knew it. I think I already started a Batman Beyond, so maybe I'll do that too and just finish it.
I got to find some Julie Newmar reference now.
I met her at a show years ago, and of course she was in her 70s.
Yeah.
Still a stunning looking woman, and she could
Wow.
not have been nicer.
Gary's all, yeah, I tapped that.
Yeah, see, David's voice is what's actually the voice I hear in my head.
Yeah.
That's the way I would hear it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I was. Oh, man, I can't remember which show it was at that she was at, and she was an older lady for sure. But I can't. But she had so much plastic surgery. She looked like she was freaking me out. She looked like a China doll, and it was like
Aaron, do me
what?
a favor and Cannonball will excel.
with pleasure. So she was younger than you, Gary. Oh, see, I got to stick up for my homies here.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Julie was in Seven Brides for Seven Brothers.
Which
I
one
didn't
was
know
that?
She was one of the brides.
Well, I mean, what's the movie? What is Seven Brides for Seven Mothers? What is that?
It's a
musical.
musical with Richard Keel and
Musical, yeah.
who else is in that? Is it Debbie Reynolds in that? I don't know.
Probably.
It sounds like it should be right, even if it isn't.
Yes.
No, never saw it.
James
That's
Murphy
one where
says,
she
anyone else
yells
feel
out.
like James Murphy says, anyone else feel like David has this in the bag? If it were a competition, my money would be on Brohawk Williams, but it's not. Is it a competition yet, Aaron? No.
Hold on, I got to draw something real fast. Okay, there. I'm done.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
wow.
the elephant is finally
Kelsey, you see
Pointed
what
out
David
in the
just
room.
did to you?
What? Let me see this.
David's done.
Oh yeah. All right. No problem. Nice try, David. I remember doing that. Yeah, a few years back. What was that one?
All right. Time for Batman.
No. I'm aiming to win. I can't be messing around with y'all's.
You're aiming to win. That's the Kelsey credo every week. I'm aiming to win.
Hey, that's how it starts. I mean, I try. It usually ends in a lot of tears and.
Well, you
regret.
realize, though, I was going to say before, David picking this particular topic, it's, we might as well call it now.
No.
Oh,
No,
no. You guys don't know
no.
what I'm going to unleash. That's the thing.
All righty.
No. I got to start off strong. We'll see how it goes. I might get lucky. You want it?
Yeah. Kelsey always well, actually, you never do start off strong. That's like, that's what you need to do is like get a good start for a change.
Good running start.
How do you do that?
Yeah, start running in Texas.
Is
Okay,
anybody
so
else?
What do I need an idea first, is what you're saying. All right.
Is anybody else like even remotely excited to go see The Last Voyage of the Demeter?
Yes,
Kind of.
I am. I don't know if I'm excited, but I want to see it.
Yeah, I'm afraid we're gonna get like horrific reviews and it's gonna spoil my fun, but I'm hoping.
Just don't listen to the reviews. Just go.
Well, I'm probably gonna go anyway, but I do listen to the reviews. I can't help it. I'm a bit of a review hound, actually. I used to, when I was a kid, I would always read the reviews on any movie before I went and saw it. Now, sometimes I didn't listen, like Howard the Duck, for example, because I desperately wanted it to be good. And of course,
It was good. What are you talking about?
Howard the Duck.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh my god!
What's her name in the movie? She looks great.
Well, she does, but Leah Thompson.
Leah Thompson's looking hot in that movie. You got a duck flying an ultralight. You got a giant weird lizard monster in stop motion animation at the end. You got that goof walking around with his hair looking all crazy. Come on,
That was Tim Robbins, wasn't it?
No. Well, Tim Robbins was in it. Yeah, he was like the scientist guy,
Yeah.
looking all dorky. No, the bad guy that turns into the big lizard guy. No, it's a terrible movie, but what's his name? Jeffrey Jones.
He's coming clean finally.
Well, no, I mean, I like my trash, and that's definitely, I wouldn't put it up for an Academy Award or anything, but I liked it.
Well,
Hold on a second. Luffy the God has a point. He says, wasn't Aaron supposed to Google Mr. Freeze comic?
Yep.
No,
Yeah.
No, I'm Googling. Wait a minute. What?
He's Googling Julie Newmar right now.
I know, and I'm not turning that off. I can tell you that right now. Okay, what am I supposed to be looking for?
The
Mr.
comic
Freeze.
that me and Kelsey did, the Batman 66,
Oh, yeah.
should have some pages online.
6 David
I mean,
Williams.
Kelsey Shannon.
Oh, I'm not typing both names in. I'm not that.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. What the heck is going on here?
Blowing your mind.
Oh, no, David's getting a little, well, I'll show you.
I went to a gay porn site. Oh, no.
Yeah, I don't know if this is the same David Williams or not, but
Hey, wait a minute. What are we about to see?
look at that.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Yeah, suddenly I could see what Aaron's going to be doing.
Adam
Should've
West
never
is
showed
like-
it.
Yeah. Well, let's see here. All right, so that's not from the. Oh, wait a minute. Is it the Mr. Freeze thing?
Yes.
Okay. Did you do the cover for the book?
No.
Okay.
No,
Who did the
that's
cover?
Mike Allred.
Mike
Oh,
already
right.
did all the covers.
Yeah. Yeah. Can't have everything. Did you do King Tut?
No,
No.
Mr. Freeze.
No, the guy that did the King Tut one was, I think he was a story artist. His style looks like what you see in like animation. I actually liked it. Good stuff. There was a lot of cool stuff in that book.
David, what,
What's that? Chris Frost did one.
David, what villain did you do again?
Mr. Freeze. Oh my goodness, that's ancient.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh,
old
wow.
lady.
Hey, you know who inked that? Dick
Jerry?
Giordano.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, no, that's why it looks like crap.
Yeah.
Damn.
Come on.
Jeez.
I love this time period. Look how everybody's like giant. You have big giant figures. I guess he still does that now.
Well, it was for DC Who's Who, so they had to be big.
Okay, so this wasn't for
That's
the
what it was.
comic. Jeez.
That
Okay.
big
well,
80s hair on that.
Type in Batman 66,
I did.
David Williams, and Kelsey Shannon.
Well, you remember what number it was? It was, what'd you
I
say?
think it was issue 10. I think.
Issue 10.
I could be wrong.
Oh, okay.
There's all sorts of weird David Williams stuff coming up here. I don't know what to make of any of it.
What do you
I'm
mean?
going down.
weird?
I'm going down a rabbit hole I might not escape from. Oh, let's see here.
The word
Okay.
you're looking for is awesome.
Oh yeah, Henry Bemis, Mike Aldred is from Oregon and used to hang at the Portland conventions.
Doesn't he have his own island? He live on his own
Yeah,
island.
probably.
Don't you wait a minute? You got to have money to have your own island. He can't have made that much money of doing Crazy Man or what's it called?
Well,
Madman.
crazy,
Batman. Yeah.
No, but he's
that's
done.
crazy, dude.
He's done. He's like one of the most prolific guys we got. He's
Yeah,
done
he's done a lot of
tons
work.
of Marvel, DC.
Look up issue 28
28.
and 27. It's either 28 or 27. Now I'm looking at that's what it's saying. I think it was, the way they have these all. Oh my goodness. No, now I'm looking at another thing. It says issue 10.
All
And
I'm
here's the-
getting is your Catwoman bent over sketch and
That's the official title.
and cover and that Mr. Freeze piece. There's no like interior and sketches you've done or commissions.
Okay. No.
Wait a minute. Here's something. This is from the Sightly Manor of Wayne, or what is it? Sightly Wayne Manor, or what do they call that? Stately Sightly.
Slightly.
Slightly. I'm like, what in the world?
Yeah, well, he saw a Catwoman over there, so it became Sightly.
That's how the neighborhood association refers to your house, Aaron.
Well, this is literally the only image I could find.
That's one.
Nate.
I think the story's
Oh,
called the Summer of Freeze.
Mm.
Oh yeah, you're right. Because he's like selling ice cream or something to people.
Yeah, type in the Summer of Freeze.
You type it in. I've got to get to work.
I can't do it from my wife's computer. I'm on my wife's computer.
It's a nice try, David. We almost had him.
Yeah.
Kelsey, how much of that background did you draw in there? Is that all David's?
No, I mean he had like kind of a rough
Right.
like rough bits of like what he was looking for, and then I went in and kind of just did my
Fine tuned
thing.
it.
Yeah, everything is exactly where he had it. Like he could see it in his head. So I just found the shots of like backgrounds and just tried to get them as close as I could. And then like that chessboard, like I had to create that chessboard and make sure it was like accurate. And so if you look at one shot to the next, all the pieces are all in the right spot. I was going full Gerhard from Cerebus.
Yeah,
Really going nuts with the
basically what you're
background.
saying is David hardly did anything.
No, dude, that's what I'm saying. It's like I could see exactly what he had in his layouts. Like he does everything pretty tight, and then what it's not tight, he puts exactly what you need to know there. So like I didn't really have to make up anything. I just had to like tighten it all up and make it look, nice and professional and all.
Daniel Russell says that Batman News has interior pages issue 10.
I got it. I
How
got
is
it.
this so hard to find? Wild.
All right.
Boy, talk about comics just coming and going, man. They're just down the what do you call it? Memory hole.
Creative Faye.
Thanks, Gary. What is this, Gary?
I'll show you in a second. This is something else.
Okay.
Aaron, go to your Instagram.
Oh my gosh! Now I got to go to
This
Instagram.
is working.
Yeah, see,
perfect.
Creative Faye, you're missing the point that we want Aaron looking stuff up.
Okay.
Aaron's so fast; he's got enough time to finish 2 or 3 pieces in this time.
There's
so we got to
some truth
stall him
in that.
somehow.
Some truth in that. Wait a minute. How come this isn't working? It says David Williams is active now. Okay, Batman 66. Okay, let's see. Okay. I'm not Alfred. Well, then who is he?
If you scroll down, you'll see the entire story.
Oh, get the whole thing, huh?
Uh-huh.
All right, hang on.
Why
I
is
think I got
Kelsey
this.
the only
I
one
think I got
wrong?
this figured out.
He's just saying, yeah, yeah.
That's great, man.
Good.
Aaron, show us some more.
Yeah. Works every time.
Yeah, except I'm going to come back strong in about 5 minutes and just totally dominate this whole non-competition.
Go,
What is-
I think
what was-
scroll down.
Not
up.
scroll up, scroll down.
Scroll down.
I'm
Yeah, that's not
scrolling.
David.
I'm
None of that's
scrolling. Oh, there's Adam West. Sort of.
No,
Get
that's not
past this
David.
crap.
Yeah, you're the one who sent me the link. This is just giving me more work. Hey, there's shame on you, shame. Was Clint? Was it Clint? Not Clint Walker. Who was that played Shame?
I can't remember the guy's
I don't
name.
know.
Oh.
I dig this art kind of. This is like somebody that was in the commercial art. They were pulling
Yeah, I like
artists
that.
from all over the place, man.
Aaron, you're like a kitty cat and showing them something sparkly.
Yeah, right.
Well, we're trying to find David's stuff.
Well, you're not trying very hard. You're like, ooh, look at
I know. That's
Oh,
why.
here we go.
There's all
There we
red. Yeah.
Look at how happy Adam West is when he's hitting violence and hurting people. The Summer of Freeze. There we go.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
fun.
Wow. Now we're talking.
There's Mr. Freeze handing out ice cream cones to the kids. That's nice.
I love that face of it.
Brilliantly
right
drawn
there.
and colored. That's a
Yeah.
comic book.
Yeah, I
it
wish
was
Kelsey
fun.
had put this much effort into my pages.
Well, if you let me ink it, maybe I
Okay, I
we
see.
could do something for you.
All right. Well, maybe next time, maybe I will.
If we go back to that panel where all these people are handing that guy money, that's like what Aaron dreams about every night.
Yeah.
It never comes true.
Now, the funny thing about this is that I couldn't draw Alfred to look exactly like Alfred because they didn't have the rights and the Miss Harriet. So I had to do some kind of super simplified so they didn't.
I
and
love how
said,
Batman
Huh.
has an apron on.
Yeah. This actually gave me, because right around this time is when they released all these on DVD.
Now this is the example of what Kelsey was talking about with the backgrounds. Like I'll do a loose gesture drawing of but he went in and fine tuned all of this stuff and put details like in the rocks behind and all this other kind of stuff. And I was just like, all right.
Hey, dude, that Alfred looks exactly like the guy. I don't know how you got away with that.
Yeah.
That
And it's like
Robin,
the same face every time, too.
that Robin is the same Robin you drew on that convention book cover.
Yeah, right.
It's Burt Ward or something.
And this is my favorite page. I like
Is that
this.
Otto Preminger? It was
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Mr. Freeze?
Yep. My favorite villain. Next to
Yeah.
Riddler.
Kelsey, this is a masterclass in colors.
Ah,
Really,
thanks.
very cool.
Well, so I mean, Batman, the show kind of lends itself to going nuts with the color. You know, it's
But
really
we
out
saw
there.
some of the pages of what other artists were doing. Is not even close to this.
I just wish Kelsey would do more of this.
What do you mean?
I mean, this is the only time I've seen it look this good.
Oh gosh, I'll try harder.
Yeah, okay, I appreciate it.
Look at those red eyebrows. Come on.
I'm joking, of course. Kelsey did a great job coloring the nightclub story. I'm just kidding. I kid because I care.
God, I'm weeping. That was your goal.
Now the Batmobile.
Look
I
how
really
cool
enjoyed
that Batmobile is.
Yeah, that was fun. I found like schematics and like all this stuff. Like drew it in there.
Yeah, I did a real loose gesture drawing on that, and Kelsey went in there and really.
Well, you had the movement of it though. That's like
Yeah.
you know how it's all hill.
So wait a minute. So David drew a cop half buried in snow, and then Batman and Robin, little tiny in the background, and Kelsey filled in everything else.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mhm.
I might have gone a little crazy on that one.
Yeah.
No, he drew some boxes for where the buildings were.
Now,
Mhm.
how'd you do that?
honestly, there's something about I don't know. We
How
must
did you do
think
that
along
snow?
similar lines or something because I never really had to think too much about what David was looking for. 'Cause I don't know what it is, but it's like sometimes you find it's sort of like Alan Davis, Mark Farmer. Sometimes you find people that you just really gel with. So I don't know.
How'd you do that snow?
Photoshop snow brushes and whatnot.
Oh, did you? And just kind of dropped it in, huh?
Oh yeah. And there's like several layers, so like it drops back into the background because it changes color and stuff. But I mean, I don't know. We were just having fun.
Looks like it. Otto
Yeah.
Preminger looks a little pissed though. Maybe he wasn't having as much fun.
Yeah, that's fun. I like that when everything gets all snowy. That I really enjoyed that because then I could draw just like a piece of a building, and then the rest is just snow.
Just put snow in there.
Yeah, and then of course they
Or
were rushing
Robin
us down
with
the
his
end.
bare legs.
I know.
No, it's
Look at
a
that face. of
it's a
Mr.
skin
Freeze.
tone
Tights.
like lacquer. Yeah, like a what do you call those?
Spandex.
Spandex. Yeah.
Yeah, but there must be superhero tights to keep them warm.
I think they said in the story he took some pills so he wouldn't
No, brother.
freeze. They both took some pills.
At this point, they were like, "Hurry the f up!" I'm
Yeah.
like, "Okay." Which is almost every comic book you see. Like starts off strong, and then they're like, "Hurry up!"
That's it.
Yep. You get like that first week, you're just putting everything you got into it, and you're just
Yeah.
like, yeah, this looks great. And then it's like, okay, now I'm 2 weeks behind and I got to rush.
That's why a lot of artists will do the first couple pages and then the last couple pages, and then everything else they do at the end, so that you start strong and end strong. In the middle of the book, they fall off a little bit.
So, Aaron, 10 minutes left?
Oh yeah.
You guys.
All right. Aaron, one more thing. Could you share my screen now?
Oh my God.
Yeah, Aaron's got a
You'd be
comic.
interested in
What?
this. I'm working on a Swamp Thing commission.
Yeah.
Oh,
You forgot Swamp Thing.
And
It's like a Where's Waldo. He's
I
somewhere
was
in
trying
there.
to find some, Everglade type reference, and I found this. I thought that was pretty cool. But then, like, I was looking at it close, and there's like a dude in a boat in the background.
Oh, yeah, way back there. Look at that.
There's like this creepy guy in a boat.
Oh, it looks. What? Wait a minute.
Keep going. Look at that. Man, look at those forearms on that guy.
I
So
remember
that's
that. That was
yeah. I
like-
was impressed with Kelsey's gator wrestling arms.
Yeah, you got to keep strong out here in the bayou.
Oh, that's good. I was just about to say, man, how many things do you think are in that water that could kill you?
About half as many are as in Australia.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh. That was good. See, Gary plots all week for his little clever jokes he can
I
throw.
try
in
to
there.
show up prepared.
If you only put this much effort into drawing on the
Will
show.
Excel says his arms are bigger than Aaron's legs.
Oh my gosh. Now I gotta all right. You know, an elephant never forgets. I'm just saying.
Oh, that was fun. All right. I'm ready to paint.
Let's get
I'm
what?
just kidding.
What? Oh my gosh, you guys. All right. I am never falling for this again.
Said that
Okay,
last
let's mark this down.
Yeah.
Aaron is vowing.
Never to fall for this again.
Yeah. We'll see. What's your favorite comic you ever drew? And do you have a copy in the house somewhere?
Well, I got some. Let me go grab something. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah,
Son of a-
Did it to me again.
on Kelsey's stream the other day, he mentioned that Star Trek, the TV series, sucks. Aaron, go.
Ooh.
What? Oh my gosh. So, did Julie Newmar ever actually become like a star, or was she just kind of? I mean, if it hadn't been for the Batman TV show, we wouldn't even know who she was, would we? Really?
Well, there's a movie that was made with her name that has Patrick Swayze in it. What is it? Tu Wong Fu. Thanks for the
Yep.
memories, Julie Newmar, or something like that.
Was
So
she
they
in
go-
that?
I never watched it, but I think she's at the end. I honestly don't know. If anybody's seen it, I don't know. Let us know. I was always curious, though.
Wasn't that like they were like transvestites or something traveling across the desert?
I don't know. It's like weird how they're in. I guess they are. They're like go-go. Not
Burlesque.
trans people. Just what do you call it when you guys just dress up and drag? Drag.
What do you mean, you guys?
No, I said when guys, not guys. Don't get defensive. Did we hit on something? No.
I won't mention any names, but you guys-
Yeah, Aaron. No, can you tell us what you're? Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they're just drag queens or whatever. I never
Yeah,
saw
that's
it,
kind
like
of
I said,
cool.
but I get that. I think the premise is that they were going across country to get a signing from Julie Newmar or something like that. I don't know.
So it's kind of a comic book feel to it, and that they're going to as fanboys to get a signing of the Julie Newmar.
Oh, Henry Bemis says Wesley Snipes was a handsome woman. Wesley Snipes was in it, and John Leguizamo.
Yep. Patrick Swayze.
And Julie Newmar, I guess.
All right. Yeah, sounds like a. Never
I don't
mind.
think anybody.
Sounds like a can't miss.
No, yeah, no, I missed it then.
Repairman Jack says David just threw something away. Most artists aren't good enough to draw.
Oh, I see
Yeah, I
somebody
keep trying to
mentioning
tell
Priscilla,
David.
Queen of the Desert. You guys see that one?
No.
Why would I see that, Kelsey? Why would you see it?
he's-
Well, no, I didn't. I remember
This is a test.
I was at there. We used to have these little boutique theaters in Dallas, and I was working at Blockbuster Video. I was all into movies and stuff, and some of us went down to they were playing Super Cop from Jackie Chan,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
so we were waiting in line with that. And the only other
I
movie
just
there
watched
was
that 2 nights ago.
oh, did you? All right.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
hey, it fits. Now then the only other movie playing there was Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, and their line was like mixing with our line, and we were like started like kind of fake yelling at each other about whose movie was better.
Turn into a
Yeah, it was like a little battle
West Side
between-
Story fight.
kind of, yeah, between Priscilla, Queen of the Desert crowd and Jackie Chan crowd.
Yeah, that's a
Right,
quite
yeah, who would win in
diverse,
a brawl?
The Jackie Chan crowd, of course.
wow.
Yeah, but it was fun.
Ah, the good old days, huh?
Yeah.
I remember when I first went and saw Dawn of the Dead. We went to a midnight showing, and if you brought a can of meat, they would let you in free.
You paid people in meat back then? Was this like the Roaring 20s?
Well, no, it was like it was like a food drive thing. So you bring spam or something, you'd bring spam or whatever.
Yeah, canned pineapple.
Yeah. It's not exactly a meat, but I guess it depends on.
Hold on a second. I don't know if Blue Boy is complimenting me or not. Anyone else think Gary resembles Christopher Lee's Star Wars era?
Get the cannon ready.
I can see that.
Is that a compliment?
I don't know if it is.
Someone needs to look that up.
Someone
My
does.
photo and
Ain't gonna be me.
Christopher side by side.
Yeah, exactly. Separated at birth kind of thing.
I'll have my photoshopped image ready for the next show of Gary as Grand Moff Tarkin.
Well, the fact that you even know the character's name, because
no, that's Christopher
more-
Lee. Who did he play? Count Dooku.
Yeah,
I know that one too.
Dooku, yeah.
a lot more street cred than I do, man. I didn't remember those.
Okay, Blue Boy is claiming as a compliment.
Christopher Lee's the man.
Boy,
Guy's been in like what was it? There was some like Guinness Book of World's Records with him that he's been in more sword fights than anybody else on film.
Yeah, he was a sword master. He was like taught classes in fencing.
Wasn't he in not Captain Blood? He was in
The
his
Three and Four
first movie.
Musketeers.
Well, no. He was in like his first movie. He played like a villain, like a bad guy pirate in an Earl Flynn.
Yeah, he
movie.
played villains in pirate movies.
Yeah, he's something else. I grew up watching him from Hammer movies.
yeah.
Catch him like every Sunday, man. There'd be like some Dracula movie on.
And Peter Cushing.
Yeah. Grand Moff Tarkin.
Yeah, they both ended up.
It all comes full circle.
Do you imagine being a filmmaker and being able to call up guys like that and say, "Hey, you want to be in my film?"
Oh man.
Uh,
You only have to make Star Wars
Alec
in order to make
Guinness?
that happen.
Yeah. I love Alec Guinness. Some of his old films are brilliant.
Yeah, he's in Bridge Over the River Kwai.
Oh yeah, that's one of my all-time favorite movies. I've probably watched that 20 times.
Can you imagine trying to talk him into doing Star Wars though? He's like, "What are you talking about?"
I know.
Only 20 times, Gary? I don't think it's your fault.
At least. I have the DVD and I watch it periodically, and I've had it for years. There's something about that movie that calms me. It's just like the sounds of the jungle, and I don't know what it is.
See, I feel that way about Lawrence of Arabia.
Oh,
Same director.
okay, Kelsey, that's the other one.
Yeah, I love that movie.
So
There's a
do I.
very nice, deliberate pace to it that feels
Yeah.
like very calming in ways. And
Yeah.
then it crescendos into some great battle scenes. I love that movie.
Yeah, just before and after the intermission, they're like two different films.
Yep. Bridge Over the River Kwai. I got that one. I haven't watched that one a lot, but I liked it.
I've watched that as much as I've
watched Star Trek 2.
Oh man, I can't even count how many times I've seen Star Trek 2. So.
Star Trek 2 and Jaws, man. I just watch them on an endless loop around here. One right after the other.
Skull Nasher says the torture of prisoners calms Gary.
I know.
Oh, I feel better now.
Someone else is suffering worse than me.
You know, my life doesn't seem so bad. Yeah,
Oh, that's good stuff. Right?
Yeah, but that movie's got great. I mean that they managed to blow up the train. They managed to do what they needed to do.
Remember that dude at the end of the film, that the doctor who was trying to stay out of it, and he makes the commentary at the very end after the bridge is blown up and those bodies lying around, where he says madness. My brother and I like latched onto that, and we've said that for years on anything that's madness. My brother and I latch on to movie lines like that, and
I did that too. I did that too with a friend of mine. We got like a few from really weird movies, like this movie Firebirds with Nicolas Cage, where he's like it's like Top Gun but with like Apache helicopters, and it's this really obscure movie. Nobody remembers it, but there's like this bit where he's in like a simulator and he's like messing up or something, and he's just not taking it seriously, and he looks at the camera and he holds up some gum and he's like, strawberry gum. I swear that stuck for years. We were saying that strawberry gum.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
There was a film, old war film, that my brother and I were watching when we were kids, and like my parents had a small black and white TV in their bedroom, and they're watching Sonny and Cher, and my brother and I are in their bedroom watching like old black and white movies, and we're watching this old war film, and I don't remember the film, but they were talking. It was based on real events. It was a World War II movie, and some guy, his name was Red Irwin, who saved the crew of his bomber by throwing a bomb out of the plane, and it didn't explode, but he burnt his hands really bad. And the narrator was saying this was a period film, like done in the 40s or 50s. Everyone will remember the name Red Irwin. And my brother and I yell out to my parents in the room, Dad, do you know who Red Irwin is? No.
So no one remembered poor Red.
Yeah. So we latched onto that name, Red Irwin. The house.
Love it. Zaid Comics for $2. That, of course, is Phil Diaz. He says, how many Wolverine covers is D-Wham's going to post today? Appreciate it.
How many did you post today?
Yeah, I haven't seen those.
All of them. No, just kidding. It's Wolverine Wednesday, right? That's what they said it was on Twitter.
Really?
Wolverine Wednesday? I've never heard of this.
So I just posted a whole bunch of covers I did.
Oh man!
So Taco Tuesday, Wolverine Wednesday. Okay.
I'm still ticked about not being able to do Wolverine with you.
I know that would have been so fun.
What?
Wolverine. It was another one of David's amazing ideas.
Hulk Wolverine combo or something?
Yeah, it was a what if story. It was taking the Wolverine 180 was it Hulk 180, 181 when he meets Wendigo?
Yeah.
And the story was, what if Wolverine got injected with Hulk DNA and he becomes Wolverine and he gets in the middle of that fight and stuff, but his unstable, mutation won't allow him to maintain staying a Hulk. But he's fighting them, and he's like kind of breaking up the fight between them, and then he rages out. But he ends up going. Long story short, he gets tossed into the woods, and he comes out back as Wolverine. But before that, you hear him just like ah, and he comes out and he says, "Whatever you do, don't drink the green snow."
That was my contribution to it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Gary. That's a game changer.
But of course, the Marvel lawyers did not greenlight it, so it was not.
That would have been a good one.
No, it wasn't the lawyers; it was the accountants.
Yeah. I'm like, what do these people have to do? This is a fun what if story.
We were told that nothing like that had ever been done before, and so the accountants,
that's why you do it.
Know how much money it was going to make?
Frustrating.
So dumb.
They've always got excuses why they can't do things. Then they choose to do stuff that inevitably is terrible. It's just the weirdest thing ever.
The real reason they didn't want to do it is because Gary's black.
That's right.
I was wondering about that.
I don't know. You guys, I've heard a lot of ideas over the years, and it's like, gosh, man, if only people knew half the stuff there could have been, and half the stuff that is actually done and has been shelved.
Well, you're talking about Dave Stevens did this as a proposal to Marvel. He wanted to do a Spider-Man project, and they said no. And this was like part of his sample. Are you kidding me?
That's what that was for?
Dave, Dave Stevens doing Spider-Man? That would have been amazing.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? We would have a Dave Stevens one right now if it wasn't for their whatever happened. Why was it? Because they didn't think it was.
I mean, who knows what they were.
Yeah.
What their reason was. It doesn't. Yeah.
God, how many of those stories are there? Like, I mean, because I've often wonder, how do you get to be? I mean, he's a really good artist. Granted, he had a really solid idea, but other than that, he's done very little.
Yeah,
he's a legend.
Yeah, well, he did a lot of covers and posters and stuff like that, and that built up his mythic.
Well, I mean, not a lot. I mean,
no, he did. He did a
got
ton of covers and posters. As much, probably more of that than comic pages.
Yeah, but I mean,
that's for sure.
So little of that is well-known IP.
Yeah,
it's all like Space
that
Girls
that just goes to show you how big of a deal the Rocketeer was.
Yeah.
And how when you hit a creator-owned IP out of the park like he did, that it can make a huge difference.
Yeah,
he had story ideas that he wanted to do, and he actually wanted me and Adam Hughes to do and take over a book of Rocketeer where Adam would do either a whole issue or a portion, and I would do the other half and all this other kind of stuff. And if you see when I was working on my Legends of the Dark Knight, I had Rocketeer drawings on the back because Dave was just like, yeah, get ready. You're going to do some Rocketeer. I'm going to write this story and do that. I was just so excited. You're
breaking my heart, dude. How cool would that have been?
Yeah.
One of the first full inking jobs that I got was doing backup stories in, I can't remember the comic. I think it was Wonder Woman doing Huntress stories, and I was inking Mark Beecham. And I was so green back then. I had no idea what I was doing.
You inked Mark Beecham?
That's wild.
It was like very, very early in his career. Before he was, turned into
before he was Mark
what
Beecham.
We know today.
Yeah.
And I had not seen any of Beecham's work, so I was talking to him, about how he wanted me to handle the inks, and he said, "Well, just ink me like Dave Stevens." And I didn't know who Dave Stevens was at the time. We're talking about, like late 80s, mid to late 80s. I didn't know who he was, and Stevens had only done a few Rocketeer issues, I think, at that point.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't know who he was, and so I went to the comic shop, bought some Rocketeer comics, and it's like I wanted to quit comics right there.
I can't do
Like, how is
this.
this guy? I've never heard of him before. So damn good. And Beecham wants me to ink like him. Are you kidding me? So that was my introduction to Stevens.
And that was the first time I quit comics.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So you have to thank Mark Beecham. There you go.
That's right. Gary hashtagged out comics broke me.
Yeah.
So never, do yourself a favor out there in the chat. Do not look up those Mark Beecham Huntress backup stories.
You're just telling people to go do it.
I know.
No, I'm curious because if you're expecting to see Dave Stevens clone inks, you will be disappointed. I guarantee it.
He's trying to get me to look it up, but I'm not going to do it.
I'm not sure how many people are familiar with Beecham. Like, he was one of those guys. I came in when he was doing like Siphon or whatever it was called, where and I found it at like an airport bookstore or something. And I was flipping through it, and suddenly you realize, I hope nobody's like looking over my shoulder. Red crotch shots.
Yeah, it was pretty saucy.
Bent over. Yeah, it was insane. And I'm like in the middle of a crowded room, and thinking, oh my gosh, like this should be behind the counter. But it was great. I picked up as many as I could find.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, I'd never seen anything like that. The inking had that quality of like really rough Frazetta and like Wally Wood, all that kind of older style stuff.
Wasn't he kind of a Neil Adams guy there for a while?
Yeah, it had that kind of flair to it, but it was all kind of new to me when I saw it. So I was very used to kind of the mechanical stuff that on Jim Lee or Liefeld or any of those guys that were, I did the loosest inks I saw were the more brushy stuff, I guess, was Dan Green. And I still don't know how the hell he does that. Somehow it doesn't look like a brush or a quill, so I don't know what the hell he's doing.
Yeah, I agree.
Sometimes it looks like a pen, and I'm like,
yes.
Oh, but then it has brush qualities to it, so I don't know.
Yeah,
it's
Dan
a mystery.
Was interesting. He was actually a pretty good artist, but most of the stuff he did was inking. But he did a couple of portfolios with Wrightson and those guys, and he held his own.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
That's why you're here, Kelsey, to learn.
I am. I'm learning things. Yeah, it would have been fun, man. What?
Did Catwoman ever actually wear her mask that much?
Yeah, every once in a while.
On the show?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I thought she had
she mostly didn't
an eye mask for like
she had the ears, but when she would go and actually be robbing someone, she put the mask on. And then when she's talking and doing real dialogue, she wouldn't have the mask on.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if I should draw her with a mask or not.
Aaron, could you share my screen, please?
Must I?
Draw her taking off the mask.
Please.
Ooh.
There's a Mark Beecham
Look at that.
Huntress page.
I remember that.
Now, was he happy with your inks, or?
I have no idea. I mean, Aaron, do you ever tell the truth when an
No. Nope.
But you don't want to hurt his feelings, so you
right.
never know.
If I'm pressed, I will.
This was like I tried to do a lot of extra stuff, and so there's Zipatone all over the place. Like this train scene, I put Zipatone and then white out for stars and stuff like that. Editors actually don't notice anything. So as a test, the Huntress back here sitting on the train is reading a Ryrie Bible.
What is he? Can you zoom in? Oh,
I just wrote the Ryrie, and I knew that they didn't know what a Ryrie was.
It's a fashion magazine, right?
Yeah,
I
exactly.
guess so. Yeah, that's funny. I never think about that stuff. Like I always want to put little hidden gems in there. For
Oh, I
people to
did that
discover.
all the time, and I was never called out. I mean, I did that like crazy. I used to put pogo in everything I did, literally everything. I told the story before that I was doing the DC Who's Who of Blue Devil, inking that over Paris Collins,
Oh yeah.
and it was filled with background was filled with demons, like a horde of demons coming through a portal that the Blue Devil was fighting.
You got
And
Mickey
I
Mouse
stuck
in there.
pogo in that crowd.
Oh, pogo.
Yeah.
What is there a greater significance to your pogo?
No, I just loved
Fascination.
Walt Kelly. I love pogo,
Oh.
and it was just a test to see if the editors were, doing their job, and
And they
none of them
weren't.
were. Until I worked for Disney for a while, and
Oh, they catch everything.
Ah.
I was working on Mickey Mouse, and in the background, I put Sam and Max
Mm.
on like a silhouette of him, like on a bridge way in the background. And the editor called me up, said, "Yeah, that's very funny. We all got it. We had a good laugh. Now take him out and don't do it again." So that was, the Disney editors were earning their paycheck.
Oh, I
We were
like
not
that.
messing around with you, Gary.
I like that. We get it. We had a nice laugh. Now
Yep.
take it out.
That's exactly what he said.
Well, when I was working commercial art, the guy that was sort of my mentor in the studio, he was doing this drawing of adult diapers for the glamorous life of a commercial artist, and for a newspaper ad, right? And so he drew the diaper and everything, and and they would always go back and say, "Oh, change this, change that," right? So he finally it was like doing the finished piece, and before he faxed over the finished piece for them to see the copy of it, he drew in like a big old turd in the middle of the diaper and sent it over to them.
Wow.
They didn't think that was too funny. They were laughing. Because they were like, "What's that? You can't have that in there. What are you doing? We can't," and it's like, obviously it was a joke, right? And they were just, didn't think it was too funny.
Then it's surprising what you can get away with in comics, that the editors just, they don't really look at the work that much.
No.
Oh man. Well, they would always be looking at what I did right and wanting me to fix it. That's what I got a lot of it. Oh, that hand you drew perfectly. Fix that.
What's wrong with you?
That sky you colored is just perfect. Fix it.
We only do suck comics here.
Yeah. What kind of company do you think you're working for?
I had this when Marie Javins was editing. I don't know. I was working on the Convergence title of DC, and it was like a Wonder Woman Convergence thing. And so there was like, I don't know. It was some sort of weird. I don't know if Elseworlds is the right way to describe it, but I don't know. Anybody that read Convergence probably knows more than I do. But like the Joker was a vampire. I mean, it's just, I don't know, weird stuff. And anyway. So I drew this thing, and I drew something different about her costume, and I did it through the entire issue. And she caught it at the end, and I didn't do it on purpose because I didn't know because I had drawn Wonder Woman like 2 years before, right? And so I was just, I think, drawing her the way that I had drawn her when I was doing the series, and it was wrong for how they'd altered something. And I went into this big explanation as to why it worked within the context of the book. And she finally goes, "Yeah, that's a great explanation. That really works, but you're changing it all anyway." And I was like, "Dang it." There's probably like 15 pages I had to go back and fix.
Yeah, Aaron, you're being logical.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like, you have a really good point there. Now go down with the changes already.
Yeah. Well, it was kind of like I was doing everything in my power to have to keep from redrawing it, But she wasn't having any of it.
Trying to think of
Editors
what's
don't care about artistic statements.
no. Well, no, they don't care about how long it takes you and how hard it was either.
Right. That was more of the issue, right? Is like, it's going to take me to redo all this.
Can we see this vast city shot from the other's perspective? You mean the one I spent the week doing? Yeah, let me get on that.
I thought you were painting.
Ah, you fell for it.
You fool. He fell for my crafty scheme.
No, not yet.
Well,
Not yet.
Changing the subject a little bit, Aaron, do you still go to Portland shows, like the big shows like the Rose City and
I'm actually scheduled to go to this. So they keep asking me, so I keep going, yeah, okay, I'll go. And then I'm like, why am I here?
Yeah, I was wondering about that. I stopped going to the Portland shows because it's such a I'm choosing my words carefully here. A freak show.
Very subtle, very subtle. Yeah.
And someone compared the Portland Comic Con to a Burning Man event.
Wow.
And I didn't, I don't know much about Burning Man.
But you do now.
Share my screen again.
Yeah.
So I did a little research, just like two comparisons of people in Burning Man and and it's like, this is pretty much the Portland Comic Con crowd.
Well,
like zoom in on some of these characters. Like, wait a
Kelsey
minute.
in there?
Yeah, I'm in there somewhere.
Kelsey's in the background again, yeah, in his boat out in the desert.
I'm in.
Look at what he put in there. I see it.
Gary strikes again.
So, just look at this crowd. He blends right in.
Yeah, even though. Oh my gosh.
Hey, Gary came to play today, man.
Yeah,
I know, right?
Yeah.
No, the thing is about the Portland shows is I'm like, to me, it's the same thing as every show. It's like, if I make money at the show, I'll go. If I don't, I won't. And last year I didn't do that great. I did okay. The year before I did incredibly well. That's why I went this past year. And then I think it was Scott Kurtz tried to get me canceled from the show last year. So now I'm just going out of spite.
Yeah, right.
Spite. That's a good motivation.
Well, I mean, definitely. I mean, I'm sure there's some people that would love to see you there. I mean, they
I
can't all
think
be.
of any of them, any of them would be, but
I don't know. Do we got anybody here from the Portland area?
There's some people in the chat that live in the area.
Oregon dudes
Yeah, there are.
and dudettes.
Yeah, well, there's something. You'll see somebody there at least that won't try to throw eggs at you or whatever.
Except
they
you
were
have to
actually
sit
really
there
cool.
and
I have no problem
suffer
with
the
anybody,
parade, of characters.
Well, the first year that I went back, the first year after COVID, that was right when Wraith of God was blowing up, and I was getting blown up on the social media, and no one talked to me except Frank Cho was the only guy that did.
Well, Angela Curry says, I hope Aaron makes it back to Seattle. I will bring him chocolate.
Hey,
that's a good reason to attend, right there.
Yeah,
I know, but that's still not a good enough reason because I actually want to live.
You can sustain yourself on chocolate
Yeah,
for a little while.
I don't know. I'm so disappointed with that whole what do they call it? The summer of love or the when they
I don't know. What con are you going to?
no where they where they let during COVID they let those let Antifa and all those weirdos take over the downtown and didn't stop them.
And they were there for months.
Yeah, it was just like, and they,
every night it was, a fire downtown.
Oh, geez.
Didn't take care of the people that actually had businesses there, and it just like
you could smell all the love in the air burning.
Yeah, I'm not giving that state government any money. I'm not going there. that ticked me off. So I probably won't, Angela. I appreciate it though.
Come to Puyallup. David and I went to a show in Puyallup a few years back.
I did too.
Koala?
Yeah, in Washington.
Puyallup.
Oh.
It's an Indian name.
And we were mispronouncing it. I was calling it Puyallup.
Puyallup.
And so we asked a local, and they straightened us out. And that's just like that's the time that we got lost driving from the convention to our hotel. We're driving
You guys
around.
got lost driving
someplace.
Oh my gosh! Are you guys kidding me? It's not that.
No.
How do you get lost going to your hotel? It's like a block
We
away.
went to a restaurant. I think, is that right, David? We went to a restaurant after the show and then couldn't remember how to get back to the hotel.
Yeah.
Lay off the sauce, fellas.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, hey, your hotel's right across the street, guys. Okay, where are we?
The ones who were actually sauced up were Michael Golden and Jason Pearson and who else was there? Wasn't it?
Wow, that's a lineup.
Yeah.
That painter,
Sidem?
No.
Oh.
why can't I remember his name? Dang it. I'm pulling up.
Glenn Fabry.
I'm pulling Aaron here.
Bisley.
Beasley.
No, he did like, oh, never mind. Doesn't matter.
He's like a classic Marvel-esque type painter.
Nelson.
No.
Jusco.
He did.
Jusco, thank you. Joe Jusco.
Yes, Jusco, yes. He was there too. And that was like, wasn't that the dinner that Jusco and Golden were trading Marvel stories?
Yep.
That
Do you remember any of them?
That cannot be repeated on broadcast.
Dang it. I was hoping for some juicy stuff. Nothing. You can't share anything?
Not on this channel.
When are those guys coming on? I want to hear some stories.
Yeah, when are we going to bring those guys on so we can hear some good stuff?
I'd love to get Michael Golden on here.
I love
I'd probably get him on.
I love getting old school Marvel stories. Like I did worked on this G.I. Joe thing with Larry Hama, and he was talking about hanging out with who's that? There was an inker who was maybe in the mafia. Like he was, I think he inked over Kirby.
Coletta?
Yeah, it might have been Coletta. So he's like riding with Coletta, has this like giant convertible Cadillac. And like
that sounds like Coletta. Coletta.
Okay.
There's all these legendary stories about Coletta.
Well, he was telling me this one story about going to like somewhere in Little Italy, and he like pulls over his car, just parks in front of this place, and hops out, and just leaves the keys in it. And Larry's like, "You left the keys in it," and he's like, "Nobody's gonna touch that car, man." You know. So it was like just little things like that. It was like, I think he might be connected.
Might be connected.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, there's plenty of those stories.
No, I remember hearing one that didn't like this. There was a story where Coletta like hung somebody out a window or something. He wanted to get paid, and the editor wasn't going to pay him, and then he hung him outside the window.
Oh man, I would have loved to have been in those days. Yeah, make with the paycheck, and I won't break your legs.
Yeah, exactly. And you're going to pay me double now.
Yeah.
Creative Fate might be onto something. Would you guys ever do a Graybeard art contest where the winner gets to draw with you guys?
Oh, that'd be cool.
Aaron?
We have to run it by the committee.
We'll take as mayor. The mayor of Shark City would say, "We'll take it under advisement."
Yeah, we're working on him. We'll get him.
We're always working to improve the show, but until I can get a replacement for Kelsey, we're kind of stuck with him.
Well, here's your chance.
Yeah, we could do a contest. Who's going to replace Kelsey?
No, I don't want to give you an out that easy.
Yeah. Nah, man, that would be fun. I think so.
Kelsey, you've got to like this Alex Nino thing going on here.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking the same thing, Gary. Except that Nino's like really good.
That's true.
Hi.
He is good. He is good. I'm not going to argue with that. He's awesome.
Have you been looking at some of his videos that he's been posting lately? El Nino.
Oh,
So
okay.
good.
Oh, I didn't know that. On YouTube?
No, they're on Instagram.
Dude's like 90 years old, man.
I know. We ain't got no excuse.
We're just like, doing paintings with markers and couldn't see any underdrawing.
Yep.
And it was just like, where's this guy from?
Oh, he's definitely from another planet, for sure.
I always write on his page, can you leave some ass for the rest of us to kick, please?
Oh, man. Where is this at?
On Instagram.
Instagram.
You know, it's funny. One of the earliest conversations I ever had with Gary, we were on a plane to the Ultraverse thing, and we were talking about Alex Nino. And I think Gary said, have you ever, he said something, have you seen Nino's work, or what do you think of Nino's work? And he goes, is that guy from Mars or what?
Even back then, I couldn't tell what planet he was from.
Yeah, he's pretty special. I remember the first time I saw his stuff was in Heavy Metal, I think. And like, it was one of those moments where I'm like, I don't know what I'm looking at, but I like it.
Yeah, exactly. That the art is just blows you away, but there was nothing there that I could steal.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I guess I could just like this. And
right.
Well, I remember getting, you guys remember those Marvel Classic comics in the 70s? They did like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde there was the first issue, and it was Redondo.
Yeah,
and
Redondo.
Yeah.
And then the second issue was a Time Machine, and it was by Alex Nino. And wow, talk about just weird. You know, it was like I hadn't seen anything like it. And even as a kid,
you have to completely, split your skull open to expose your mind to it.
Exactly.
It's so different. He did a bunch of work in some of the Warren black and white magazines.
Yeah.
And you see his stuff, raw and black and white, and I still couldn't figure it out.
All that stuff, the color.
Yeah, his color work is just ridiculous.
But the black and white stuff, because it was so many weird textures and stuff like overlapping, and everything was so abstract. You're kind of like, is that the guy and that's the background, or? But it was
his textures like trees and rocks. He'd use the same texture techniques on people.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's his deal?
Yeah.
That's right. How's he getting away with this?
Yeah, seriously. Where's he get off? Who's he thinking he's?
Yeah, who's he thinking he is?
Pull this crap on me.
Yeah, making us all look bad.
Yeah. I want to do whatever I want to do, and it'd be good.
Remember, like those guys, I remember at San Diego, Nino and Redondo and I think it was Rudy Nebres were sitting at a table all together at Comic-Con, and I went up to talk to them, and I had my portfolio under my arm, and they asked to see it. But those guys were so nice, all of them.
And they laughed behind your back after.
Yeah, I'm sure they had a big chuckle. But they seemed like they were genuinely interested in looking at my work, and they're very complimentary. And it's like, you're standing in front of the Trinity and they're complimenting you. I mean,
yeah, I don't know what that feels like, but I'll let you know when I experience it. He was at, God, was it San Diego? I can't remember. I got it was one of those SuperCon things, I think. And Nino was there, and he was all by himself. I mean, literally no one was at his table. So I went up there with my sketchbook and go, "Hey, can I get a sketch?" You know, I mean, I paid him, but it was like, I mean, he just was sitting there with nothing to do, and you're like, "How is Alex Nino sitting here with?"
Yeah.
Well, that's how I was sitting at a table with him at the big WoW table.
Yeah,
And no one was going around him, and I was getting commissions left and right, and I'm like, how come people are? And so I did one, and I said, hey, I asked the person who commissioned me, I said, do you mind if I get Alex Nino to ink this?
Yeah.
They said, I would love it, and so I went and got him to ink it, and
I think here, what?
Yeah, more work started coming his way because people were honed in on Travis, because Travis was right next to me and stuff like that. Yeah. People become like wall-eyed when he's in zombies. But man, I was enamored with El Nino over there and the stuff that he was doing just because. And and so I think I even put a video of it where he was inking something of mine on my page. But
that sounds familiar.
Yeah,
I'd love to meet some of those guys, for him, and also like guys like Jose Luis Garcia Lopez, another like master. Some of these guys still kicking it.
Yeah.
I got to meet him in Toronto.
When was this? I was going to ask if he still does shows.
Yeah, he does. I saw him a few years ago at probably one of my last shows. But it was I was apologizing for something that I did to his art. Because it was something through consumer products, but he was so nice.
Oh, I remember that story. Yeah,
I was at this Toronto show, and
Tyrannosaurus show.
Yeah, on the right of me, I had Jose Luis Garcia Lopez. Next to him was Wills Pertasio. Next to me was Phil Noto, and next to him was Joe Jusko.
Wow.
So we got this big picture of all of us together. It was kind of fun. And they were all like, who are you again? Who's this?
How do you go to a show like that with, hoping to get a sketch, and then, it's like, you're on a budget, but there's no way you can get sketches from everyone.
Right. What's the question?
You go.
Yeah, I mean, it would be like bittersweet.
It's like, who do you pick from?
No, you pick me, and then you go home satisfied. That's kind of
there you go.
Yeah, let me reference that panel in David's comic where those guys are all giving this dude money.
Yeah, I met Joe Jusko at a comic store in Dallas like years ago. Right after he did those cards, he did a whole card set from Marvel.
Yeah, that was so awesome.
I still have a Cable and I think an Incredible Hulk card signed by him. That was cool. He looks just like a cop.
Well, he was.
I know. That's what I mean. He looks exactly like you think.
Yeah. He's a big dude.
Yeah.
No, he's a good guy, man. I've been to dinner with him a couple times, and he remembers who I am too, which always goes a long way with me.
That's all it takes.
We can't even do that half the time.
Remember.
I know.
Yeah.
You know that guy who hosts that show Graybeard'S that we barely even remember who you are.
No, they're all like, "Can you introduce me to David and Kelsey?" I'm like, "Shut up."
Yeah.
You're like, who?
He's talking about.
You mean Gary Martin? Yeah. Never met Rudy. Well, not Rudy Nebris. Alex Nino. Jose. Who else we got? Never met a John Byrne. There's like so many people.
Hey, not only have I met John Byrne, I fought with John Byrne.
Really?
Why does that not surprise me?
He started it.
Did he walk out on the check? What did he do?
Of course he did.
Well, you gotta give us something now. Come on.
Well, okay, so me and Rick Leonardi were at Motor City Con, and we had made plans to go to dinner that night, and so I was going to meet him down in the lobby of the hotel, and so Byrne had like attached himself to Rick, and he goes, so where are we going for dinner? He goes, I can't. I'm going out with Aaron Presti. He goes, I'll come with you. So he came with us, which is fine. And but he started knocking Christianity, and he pissed me off.
At dinner?
Oh my
we
goodness.
got into it a little bit. I think he was
At
just
the dinner table. That's what he was talking about.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly what I can't remember exactly the context, but yeah,
What are you doing? Praying before you eat?
Yeah.
No, it was I don't know. We were talking about religion, and then then he started.
Never talk about that.
Right, exactly. I don't
You know the rules.
He really ticked me off. So we got into it a little bit, and then I sat next to him at a Portland show, one of those Dark Horse shows, Gary, where they invited everybody. McFarlane was there, Adam Hughes was there, Frank Miller was there, and no one showed up. It was like, how could no one be at this con with all these guys here?
Yeah, there's people sitting around and there's tumbleweeds blowing by.
So you guys got to talk to everybody, right? Did you guys make the rounds or what?
Well, weren't there.
I was sitting there.
Oh, I thought he said nobody came, but the guests were all sitting around.
Yeah, no, there was no fans there.
Yeah.
No fans. I thought it was none of the artists showed up.
No.
I was like, oh wow.
No, so I was sitting on this island with Byrne was across from me, and I don't know. I said something like, "Look at that, the great John Byrne, and not one person wanting his autograph."
Oh, dang, dude, come on!
Sitting there, and he goes, "Who are you to talk? There's nobody at your table." I go, "Yeah, but there's not supposed to be anybody at my table."
Dang.
Mike Miller is agreeing with you that he had the same thing.
Oh, did he with
Byrne.
with Byrne? Yeah.
I think Burns fought with everybody though.
That's crazy because I had a great relationship with Byrne.
Yeah.
He was so nice and complimentary to my.
Yeah, not to me. Paul Taylor for $10. Thank you, Paul. Appreciate it. He is, of course, our resident biologist. Hail, Aaron and crew. Just got here. Is that Julie Newmar or Lee Merriweather? Whoever you want it to be, Paul. It's Julie Newmar, sort of. I'm assuming it's not Eartha Kitt. Also, Aaron, have you seen The Man with No Name? I thought you could relate.
Burn.
Oh,
well said. That's worth
the only thing I have in
$10.
common with Clint Eastwood is we're about the same height, I think. So it's not.
But just the whole convention thing, when talking about Portland, that's one of the many reasons why I don't go to San Diego anymore. Because of their homeless problem. Being diplomatic, and so somebody was telling me about it and sent me some photos. A friend that lives there sent me some photos. And so I was looking at these photos. This is like downtown homeless camps and stuff. Aaron, could you share my screen?
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
You got to go on the road with this bit.
So this is near the convention center. This is a homeless camp near the convention center.
Yeah.
And I, looking at this photo, I noticed there's a dude in the background holding a sign.
What is this? What is that? What does the sign say?
What's the sign say? I can't read it.
Let's go in.
Looks like I'm taking a dump or something. Look at my face, man.
Check out the mitts on Aaron here. You need a manicure.
Yeah, right.
I wash my hands a little bit. It's tough living on the street, man.
Oh wow.
I love it.
Well, Gary came prepared to play hardball today, didn't he?
Man, I didn't realize we were on Google that much. That's we're all
Yeah, it's
over the
amazing
place.
what you find if you do a little looking.
It's got to zoom in.
So all this big talk about Aaron, how successful his convention was this year.
Was
See
that
what,
found
you
on
know,
Google
years
Maps?
ago.
It's like, where does Aaron Lepresti live? And Google Maps showed it.
So how much money did you spend for that spot?
I got a free table there.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was good. All right.
Aaron's thinking about how he's going to get back at you.
Yeah. Oh,
No,
yeah.
revenge is a dish best served cold. Here's some bullets. Says John Malin sends his regards, Kelsey, and said you better be on the Jack show tomorrow.
Okay.
No.
Kelsey's all, jack these nuts.
Yeah.
Deathly silence came over the room. Marcus Killigrew says Byrne doesn't have a sense of humor. Henry Bemis says, Gary, you're a legend. Let's see. Did I bring the show down by reading that chat?
Maybe a bit.
Are you still with us, Kelsey?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm about to kick those ass. I'm almost done.
Yeah.
Oh.
Aaron,
Wait, I don't see no color on there.
Are you going to color your Aaron? Are you going to color your piece?
Well, she's in all black, so
What's the clock situation? We have a half an hour.
30 minutes.
Plenty of time.
Plenty of time for Kelsey to throw some red on there.
Well, I mean, it's Batman Beyond. It's black. It's red. Nice and easy.
Yeah, strategically chosen character.
Oh, Kelsey, have you seen the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie yet?
Yeah, from 1980. No, 90. When was that movie?
Animated
That was a
one.
great one.
The new animated one.
You mean the new one that everybody's
Yeah.
talking about? No, I have not.
I heard they made April O'Neil, but in black, but in the toys, they have an alternate version where she's white.
What?
Really?
Yeah, I don't like why. That's so weird.
Yeah, I'm not surprised anymore. It's all weird. But I mean, April O'Neil is like iconic.
Yeah. Another redhead that they had the.
Oh, that's true.
Do you think that they're canceling redheads because they're like the ultimate white people? You know, pasty white skin, red hair, and
Well, I don't know. Anna hates gingers, or she says it has no soul. So I don't know. There's some like,
Dang.
Wow,
she's pretty hardcore about it.
Yeah,
so.
that's wow.
that's rough right
Yeah.
there.
So I don't know what it is about gingers, or I don't know.
I
I got them all in my
lazy.
family, so I got a reason to hate them. So I don't know about anybody else.
I have Scottish heritage, and when I was a kid, I had blazing red hair.
Oh yeah, okay.
Did you really?
You're part
Yeah,
of the
they called me
problem. I
Carrot
see.
Top.
Do you
I
have
don't know
that
what
photo?
happened.
Pull that one
It
up.
faded.
Didn't they used to consider them the white N-words back in the day?
What, redheads?
Yep.
I've never heard that.
I haven't either.
Irish,
That's the way it feels
think,
now.
Irish immigrants coming over to the United States.
Yeah. They consider
yeah,
them to
yeah.
be the
Yeah.
white N-words.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they
Irish.
they lived in the ghettos and all this other kind of stuff too.
Then they went
Slum.
to Chicago and became police officers, right? Isn't that the Irish?
Yeah, but that was more the Irish, not just redhead people. It was just
I think that's what David's referring to. I mean, not all Irish people are redheads, David. Jeez.
I know
quit,
that. I'm saying redheads.
because I know they had there was a lot of discrimination against the Irish. Of course, the Italians, I assume, as well, right?
Mhm.
The period of immigration in the turn of the century.
Oh yeah. They're part. I was going to say it because the Moors did so much. And
Just like he's beeping himself.
Yeah, he's quoting. I can't remember the name of that Tarantino written movie.
You can do it.
True Romance.
That's right.
True Romance? What happened?
You don't remember that movie, True Romance?
Oh, barely.
Oh my goodness. You need to watch that movie. That movie's great.
I didn't know Tarantino wrote that.
He wrote that scene with Christopher Walken and now you're making me forget people's names. Where they were trying to interrogate him to find out where his son went.
The father.
Yeah. And then he went into this story about the Sicilians. He said, "Oh, you're Sicilian, huh?" He said, Sicilians are part N-words.
Oh, geez.
And it just pissed him off. And he listened to his full story. He said, because they're mixed with the Moors, and the Moors.
Yeah, Henry Bemis, Dennis Hopper.
And Dennis Hopper, thank you.
He's talking about his son, Christian Slater.
Yeah, he said the Moors, they did so much that they mixed, their blood with nigger blood. And I was like, whoa.
I think that was actually the best scene in the entire movie because of what was going on.
Mm-hmm. He knew he was going to die, so he wanted to get that.
Yeah, there's mafia guys pounding on Dennis Hopper to tell them where Christian Slater was, his son, and he realized that they were going to kill him anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Am I giving away too much?
Just tell it. No, go ahead.
He realized, there's a scene where they finally ask him one more time, and he's already bleeding, and, they give him a handkerchief, and he realizes what's going on, that they're going to kill him regardless. And so he just kind of stops talking, and you can see him thinking about what he's going to say. And then he tells that story, like the worst story that he could tell to get them so mad.
Mm-hmm. That's going to stick to their ribs for life.
Yeah, and so that's the setup to the story that he tells about the Moors and the Italians.
Mm-hmm. It was great.
He also wrote that scene with the Silver Surfer in that Sub movie, right?
Yeah.
Where they're fighting about the Kirby or the Mobius.
Mm-hmm.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yep.
The problem with it is, though, it should have been Kirby and Buscema. It shouldn't have been Mobius. Mobius did that two-part.
No. It needed to be.
Here we go.
It needed to be Mobius because Mobius was the new thing at the time.
Well, okay.
And that's the whole point. It was like debating what the old and the new. He could have supplanted any other type of thing, like here's the newer version, you know what I mean, of whatever pop thing and stuff like that. But he chose Silver Surfer and those two artists and stuff. So it wouldn't have worked with Buscema because they're from the same era.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. Well, you just shamed me. My mouth shut.
Yeah, as I often do.
I don't know. I prefer the Mobius Silver Surfer.
Uh-oh.
See, that was the whole argument. That was
I do. Well, that's the thing. It is an actually appropriate argument. Like, if I had my choice between Buscema and
Kirby.
Mobius, I don't know.
Mobius? Oh.
Yeah, I really like Buscema, but I don't know. I like this Silver Surfer is kind of odd. He's like a space guy. Having like a guy like Mobius draw him is kind of, I don't know, it works.
I was trying to get Gary to check it out. I was like, oh man, this stuff is great. He's like, I ain't having it.
What? Have you never seen it?
I just thought that Mobius was mailing it in.
I'm sure he was. Made it from France. New York.
But just seeing, the illustration that he was capable of, and then seeing what he was doing, it was take the money and run kind of work.
And that's a good point. How much do you think they paid Mobius to do that?
Well, probably a ton.
Yeah.
More than they ever paid me.
Well, when he did that, that was during the time when the image boom was happening, right?
It was late 80s.
And I know he was getting some insane amount of money because he was doing those posters at the same time. Remember those posters he did? He did like a Wolverine one, and he did
An Iron Man.
Yeah, that's all around the same time. And I think that's how they were even competing with all of that era. You know what I mean? And that's why he was getting this crazy sum of money. And, you know, it's just like, oh, I want this, you know. And those paintings were small, too. They were real small.
Those paintings were small and they blew them up.
Yep.
Interesting. I did
The
not know.
Mobius ones?
Yep.
Isn't that weird how you get like these top artists and they get this big payday like Frank Miller or somebody like that, and then they mail it in? Wouldn't you feel like the pressure to do like your best work if someone's really paying you a ton of money?
Well,
I mean, we do.
Mobius before that was saying that, you know, he wasn't into superheroes and stuff. So you could see there's a little bit of disdain, you know, when he's doing this kind of stuff. And I think Frank Miller even got to that point because it's almost like he's mocking the thing that got him to where he's at.
Yeah.
You know, later on, you know, because I'll put this argument to anybody as if you didn't know who Frank Miller is and he was to put that stuff out as samples, especially Dark Knight 2, do you think he would have got a job? Hell no.
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 Well, I don't know. And these days, is he cheap?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's the factor.
Well, he'd get a job, but it sure as hell wouldn't be on Batman.
Yeah.
I don't know. Who's doing Batman right now? Anybody know?
Yeah, in the
Murphy.
chat.
That
Anybody
guy?
know doing that much?
Sean Gordon Murphy, is he still doing it?
Dan Moria is one of them. And
He's good. Dan
he's
Moore's good.
amazing.
Yeah.
What was that? Clay Mann was doing some stuff.
He's
He's
good
great.
too. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so
You know?
they're still bringing the heat for Batman at least.
Yeah.
Who's writing though? That's the question.
But, you know, when you see art like that,
Writing?
there's oftentimes you don't even care, you know, because you just want to see these guys draw.
What is this writing you speak of?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, isn't that where Batman? A lot of these titles have really gone south. Is not so much the artwork, which is a problem on the lesser titles now, but it's just what the writers are doing to our icons, right? Is more of an issue than whether or not the comic is drawn well or not. Or, you know, maybe I'm totally wrong.
I don't know. Like, I don't know. After a time, it just gets. I mean, you think Frank Miller really needs or wants this? I mean, or is he maintaining his sort of legacy?
His
I mean,
brand.
like his brand.
Well, now, are we talking about his new stuff he's doing with the Dio, or?
Well, no. Like, I'm sure that's a lot more for him to dig his teeth into. I mean, like those Marvel covers for everybody's like talking about.
Oh,
I mean, he did that easy payday, but he's also like older. I mean, he's slowing down, right? It's like, well, how much do I really need to put into this anymore? I don't know.
well, I think there's a point.
McFarlane ain't doing McFarlane like McFarlane before. I mean, he's, you know what I mean? Like all these guys kind of like,
Yeah.
you get to a point where, you know, you'll hit it soon, Aaron. You'll see.
So you got to get to a point where you have nothing left to prove, and I don't think I'm ever going to get to that point.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
You're going to win in the end. You're the only one holding it down. I got it.
Yeah, I'm going to show you guys.
He's going to be like Rudy. Yeah, he's the last one. Or no, you're the guy that ate everybody in the plane crash in the mountains.
Yeah.
No. I'm trying to think of an analogy that works. I haven't found it yet.
Oh yeah. Of course, you have to bring up You know, the Andes, the tragic Andes soccer team.
Oh, too soon? Yeah.
Yeah.
I just remember that movie.
Yeah, what was it called? Alive or Live?
Yeah, Alive.
Alive, yeah. There was also a horror movie, wasn't there? There's somebody, they had this little baby that had a claw or something. Or no, that's It's Alive. Okay.
Oh, I was gonna say it's a very ironic title. You know, I think everybody dies in that movie.
Yeah, exactly. Well, no, it didn't. Somebody survive?
Oh yeah, there were. Yeah,
I mean, they cannibalized those other dudes. That'd be really suck if you did that and then still died.
I don't know. So I have a hard time. Like if I intentionally don't go watch those movies because I don't know. They messed me up, man. Like I saw this firefighter movie. It was really cool. It's about guys that fight wildfires.
Yeah.
And I'm like really into it.
Right?
It's got Josh Brolin in it. You know, I'm like, all right, I love Josh Brolin. And I forget who else. Just a bunch.
Yeah, I saw that. I could only see it once.
Dude, I was so mad. So mad. It's a true story, but I didn't know the true story. And I'm going to spoil it because I don't think anybody should watch this movie.
The perfect storm is like that too.
Yeah, I hated that movie.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. No, well, they before the movie's over, they all burn.
Mm-hmm.
They all die except for the one guy, and then the rest of the movie they blame him for not being there and dying too. And it's like, what the hell am I watching?
Yeah.
I feel terrible now. That's not what I'm supposed to be doing with movies.
Yeah, I agree.
I was very
Not
mad.
the feel-good hit of the summer.
Do not watch that movie. Awful. God, I had more fun in Schindler's List.
Making out with the girlfriend in the balcony.
Yeah, I mean, jeez. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The way you do it, I guess. There's a subtlety. It was not there.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, I'll be right back.
After these messages, he'll be right back. Did the show just stop?
Something in the chat.
What's that?
Let me read something in the chat. Oh,
Here we go. This is what we should read. My favorite scene in Wraith of God is when Wraith is sitting in the back of the carriage, partially in shadow. Such a cool panel. Thank you, Creative Faye.
see, you creative. You know the key to getting your comment read.
That's right. You got
Praise Wraith of God.
That's right. Say nice things about Aaron, and you'll always get a. Wait a minute. I stopped going to horror movies with cannibalism after Ravenous. Now, wait a minute. Are you saying you stopped going to horror movies about cannibalism?
Yeah,
like
cannibalism.
That was the one that did it.
Yeah, I did not. I didn't see that.
Yeah, it's like I used to love movies about cannibalism, but when I saw that, that was it. I went too far. I'm never gonna go see a cannibal movie again. Henry Bemis says either praise Aaron or insult him. There is no middle ground.
You cannot be indifferent to Aaron Lepresti.
I'm waiting for him to do a movie about those Japanese soldiers. I guess they were on Burma, where they got backed into that swamp and got eaten by crocodiles.
You're waiting for a movie like?
Well, I'm surprised it hasn't been made, I guess is what I'm saying.
No, okay. Oh,
He's also, yes, I'm waiting.
Japanese films. I just rewatched one of my all-time favorite samurai films, and it's a modern samurai movie, which there really aren't that many good ones, unless you guys could help me out with some titles. This one is Samurai Marathon.
That's the name of the movie?
Yes.
Samurai Marathon.
It's the name of the movie, Samurai Marathon.
Never heard of that.
It's based on a true story of how the marathon race was created in Japan. It's such a good film. I mean, not just the concept, but all the characters in it, the writing, the acting is a really, really good film. I highly recommend Samurai Marathon.
Okay, now I'm I'm ignorant of all things Asian, but I'm not getting the connection between samurais and marathons.
Well, they didn't call it a marathon back then, but it was a I forget the distance, like a 30-mile race, and there was a lot at stake other than just winning the race. And there's guys with samurai swords. What else could you want? But the acting and like I said, the stories. Every character has their own backstory, and they're all you're rooting for everyone, and it's just it really it's worth watching. And I like the old samurai films, and like I said, I haven't found too many modern ones that were very good. This one holds up to the classics.
I can name plenty of like Japanese gangster movies that are great. The beat Takashi stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know about modern samurai movies. I know that
well, that's why I brought it up. That
there was a couple not that long ago.
It's worth watching.
Wasn't Tom Cruise in a samurai film or something?
Well, I recently watched Yojimbo and what's the other one? Help me
Zatoichi?
No.
You should check out Zatoichi.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's the companion film to Yojimbo.
Oh, Sanjuro.
Yeah, Sanjuro.
Yeah.
Just watch those back to back. Thank
they're
you.
So good.
Yeah, and it reminded me of this, especially Yojimbo, of the Clint Eastwood spaghetti western.
That's where they came from.
Right.
The spaghetti western, anyway.
Watching Yojimbo's mannerisms, Clint Eastwood did a lot of those mannerisms in his film.
Oh yeah.
And so when you watch what's his name? Legend.
Mifune,
yeah, Toshiro. How he's walking around and he's like, when he scratches his chin, he has his arms like under his.
Yeah.
And he reaches up underneath to scratch himself. Clint Eastwood did that he was wearing a poncho just so he could do that, reach underneath and scratch his beard.
I wonder how much of that was Leone and how much was like Eastwood bringing that to the table.
But the other thing that I noticed for the first time is when Mifune's walking around every once in a while, he's just like walking down the road, he would twitch.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, like.
Oh, you mean his shoulders? Like, he's adjusting his shoulders.
He did it through both films. Every once in a while, he would just, out of the blue, do that. And so I could be wrong, but I put it together of him twitching and living on the road and scratching himself constantly. The dude had fleas.
I'm sure. Yeah.
And so he just threw that in, as part of his character. I thought that was brilliant.
I'll have to send you. There's a YouTube channel called Bushido Blues. I guess that's the title. I'll find the link. But he does reviews on Japanese samurai films and gangster films and stuff. Okay. So he's spotlighted a ton of great films.
It'd be interesting what he says about Samurai Marathon.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet. I wonder. Make me want to go look through his back catalog, see if he's hit that one yet. Samurai Marathon. You should suggest it.
I always wondered why there weren't any, good modern samurai films. And then somebody, I can't remember who it was, but suggested that, and I was not disappointed.
When was it made?
Not too long ago. Some of the actors that were in, I'd have to run and get the title. Never mind. I can't remember the name of it, so I'm not going to.
Get the running.
One of my faves, old school ones, is can't remember the guy who's in it. He's got like a very distinctive look, but it's what was it called? Like the Devil's Blade or something like that. Oh man, what was it? Oh man, never mind. I can't remember. See, now I can't remember. It's infectious.
Oh, you're thinking of The Devil's Reign with Ernest Borgnine.
No.
No.
Ernest
Was Shatner in that? Or was that Peter Fonda?
Oh, let's talk about some movies Aaron knows.
Exactly, guys. Get off this culture crap, all right? Let's
Kelsey.
These are great films.
Kelsey, the Kenshin.
Oh yeah,
Dorothy.
yeah.
A lot of these actors, like this guy, is in Samurai Marathon.
Oh, okay.
So it's not that old.
So let's get back to The Devil's Reign if we can. It was like, do you remember? It was Warren Oates and it was Peter Fonda, and they were like vacationing they were in their motorhomes with their families, and they came across some park on the road, and there just happened to be this satanic ritual service going on that they stumbled on, and then these Satan worshipers were chasing them down the road, and it was called Race with the Devil. Those were action movies in the 70s, baby.
There you go.
You could start pretty much any film of, two buddies on a road trip and stumble onto something.
Yeah, The Hills Have Eyes.
Oh,
Well, that was a whole family.
That was pretty disgusting. That was early, what's his face? Nightmare on Elm Street. The director. Who's the
Wes Craven?
Wes
Craven.
Craven, yeah.
Yeah, that was a Craven film. Hills Have Eyes. That one freaky bald dude that would always be
Yeah. He was in He was in Weird Science. Wasn't he one of the bikers at the end?
Yeah.
That guy was showing up everywhere back in those days.
You just kind of wonder, is that a good thing or a bad thing? It's like if you're so weird and bizarre looking, they keep casting you. I mean, you got work, but then basically everybody's telling you what, a freak you are or something.
Well, that's that's the whole point of the freak show. It's like you make a little money just from how weird you look.
Yeah.
I guess you embrace it and kind of,
Sure.
cash on it, right?
We should be so lucky.
I know. It's like I don't have the freakish looks, not quite bad enough, and I don't have the talent, and it's just sort of like I'm in this limbo where I can't really cash in on anything. It's just frustrating.
Aaron, those hands that we saw holding up that homeless sign, you should show those more often on camera.
Well, it's like Zatoichi. I mean, I was mentioning Zatoichi earlier.
Here we go.
He's the blind swordsman. And in Japan at the time, they have certain professions for different types of ailments. And so the masseuse, the traveling masseuse, is kind of like set aside for the blind, because you could do that with your hands. You don't need to see.
Now, wait a minute. So you're saying you said the blind swordsman.
Yeah.
So is that like an Asian film trope? That kind of.
Yes.
Well, I don't know if it was that way before, but I mean, might have been the first. That might be where the trope comes from. I don't know if there was one before that.
Well, there was one in the latest John Wick movie.
It's like Daredevil with the sword.
Yeah, that comes from Zatoichi, probably.
Because they had a character like that in the latest John Wick film or the last John Wick film.
Yeah.
Oh, that was Donnie Yen. Is that who that plays?
Yeah.
him?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Was he blind? Oh,
Yes.
Okay. Interesting. I haven't seen that one yet. Let me check that out. I
Yeah,
like Donnie
it's,
Yen. He's badass.
The action is, amazing, but never mind.
I got you.
It's I felt like I was watching a live action Bugs Bunny cartoon. I mean, just the carnage
like that,
was
though.
just, yeah, it was great
Go
fun.
for-
The carnage
go for
was
broke.
just
Yeah.
over the top. It was incredible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like I rate my films based on how many times I yell out, "Oh, come on!"
That's pretty funny.
And that had several "oh come ons."
Come on.
Yeah,
You just laugh at it. I mean, you weren't offended by it, were you? Or did
no,
you-
I just thought it was, they pushed it too far a few times.
But
Like the disco fight scene.
Oh yes.
Where he's doing his, Wick
So you must
stuff
have
where he's
hated the
killing all
80s
dudes
Schwarzenegger
with all
films.
kinds of guns, and no one's paying attention to them. They're just dancing away.
What'd you think of Commando?
He said, I go there all the time.
Well, Commando to me was tongue in cheek from the very beginning.
Yeah.
And,
so they're not making
the
it
Wick
clear.
films try, kind of tread that line, and I think in this one they go too far sometimes.
Well, they went way over the line in this one,
Yeah,
but I still thought it was hilarious. I mean, it wasn't like they were towing the line and they just actually slipped off it a couple times. They went so far over,
Yeah.
you had to just take it as, that they were just being, figuring out a way to be as absurd as they possibly could.
but they weren't doing that in the first films, aside from the action.
I don't know. The second one was pretty nuts.
Do you think there's a level on those movies where they're like, we just got to keep ratcheting it up? Or
That
are we-
Of course.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
100%.
How could we make this? Yeah,
even more outrageous?
Keanu, can you fight 10 more guys at a time? Is that possible?
right.
Now, who was the guy that was wearing the fat suit in that disco fight scene? Because he's somebody, but I didn't recognize.
Scott Adkins.
Oh, what? He was wearing a fat suit?
Yeah.
Was he a
He was almost like the penguin. Like, what's his
Yeah.
name?
Right, right.
Yeah, you remind me of
Colin Farrell. Colin Farrell.
Only Sammo was, actually.
Oh, Sammo
overweight.
Hung? Yeah. Sammo
But just
Hung.
in terms of his size and then his quickness, it's like, what's going on here? This doesn't add up.
That's funny. Scott Atkins fighting in a fat suit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
My son is a huge fan of his, and he didn't realize that was him the whole time.
Really.
Yeah.
I just noticed the clock, Aaron. So what's the
3 minutes.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Crap.
You better get that red in there quick.
I know.
Aaron, David, you need a bigger marker.
No?
Yeah, there's no way I'm going to slop marker on here like that to finish this. I mean,
Okay.
technically, I already won because my concept is better than everybody else.
I hadn't even seen it. You shut up. Don't give me a complex now.
Well, if I color this, it'll be
And when
easy.
I go to add purple and add that red hair, it's over.
Man, you got Batgirl looking like she's in the chorus line, man. That's how he's winning this one. You know what I'm saying?
I think the unbridled joy, expression on her face while she's kicking this dude, that sells it.
It's like it's fun being a superhero.
Yep.
Man, look at Kelsey slapping that paint on.
I got 2 minutes.
He's I gotta get through the red. I gotta get through the red.
Yeah, he's got the big brush.
He
I'm
can't
right
find
on
his
his
red.
green. Oh my
He
god.
can't find his red. He's like screaming, running through the house, putting stuff over. Where's my red?
Oh, that painting show, that British painting TV series I was telling you about.
Uh-huh.
There's two of them. There's landscape artist of the year, and there's also a portrait artist of the year. And it's just a competition. It's the one that I just started watching. Have you guys heard of it?
No.
It's not a competition.
It's amazing. It's amazing because they really go deep into the artist techniques, and you get from students all the way up to seasoned professionals, and they're all,
Time's up.
Shut up.
I see you putting red. Time's
Oh
up.
god. You
Time's
messed
up. Time's up.
Got
Pins
1
down.
minute.
Quit line. Time's up.
I'm just saying,
Don't be
keep it
scared.
real.
it's too late. David, Kelsey's already got the red.
I know.
No, he
Dang it.
made me mess up.
Ah!
Now you
This
got to
ain't-
start
this is-
over. You gotta
This is
start
far from
over.
done.
You know,
Far
that's
from
actually
done.
looking kind of orange. Yeah, that's orange. It's not quite red.
That's how it starts.
Yeah.
All right,
You
that's
know.
how I start. Work my way up to red. I don't want to get too aggressive too early.
Next week when you turn yours in, I'll have mine done too.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Daniel Russell is asking if this is a real mustache. No, it's not a milk mustache. I told you like earlier that I used to be a redhead. This facial hair used to be red. Now it's white.
It's a dust dash.
Yep.
You know, I don't even remember you 30 years ago having red hair.
It started to turn brownish probably in my 20s, like late 20s. It went from red to brown.
Interesting.
You sound dubious.
What? I was just like,
Interesting.
Time's up.
what could it mean?
Time's up.
What's Gary really getting at here?
Time's up. Don't act like you don't hear me.
I think time's up when Aaron's done. It looks
I
like
know,
I got
right?
some time.
Cheater.
Well, I've got Batman's cape laying here, and it doesn't really look like a cape. It looks like sort of an Andy Warhol impressionist film.
I was going to say a Nino shadow. Alex Nino shadow.
Yeah, that's kind of what it looks like. It's like that didn't come out the way I wanted to, so I don't know what to do with it. I just leave it. Say it's a design element, I guess. But all right, I'll take a look at the old clock on the wall.
Walk over there slowly.
Let's see. Milk
Hold on a
mustache,
second.
porn
Heat miser.
stash.
Hold on a second. He miser says Gary's hair turned brown when he received his soul.
Howl Comics says Gary will be race swapped next week. Paul Taylor, Andy Warhol's Dracula. I've actually seen that. Talk about disgusting films. Ugh.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'll check it out.
He's all got to check it out.
He's like, where can I find that? Is that on DVD? Dad's Den of Pop Culture says, as I understand it, Newmar designed and maybe sewed that costume herself. Not sure if that's true.
Oh, wow.
No.
David's saying, no, it's not. Porn stash.
Art T. Bear's making a crack.
Art? Where's Art at?
Yeah. Badass Batman.
He must be talking to Kelsey. Because he's the only one. He's the only one drawing.
Am I the only one that drew him? Oh, thank you, Art.
Yep.
Oh, God, oh crap! I should have ended it before he put that red on there.
That's what I was trying to tell you.
Yeah.
Golly.
I gotta go. It bled everywhere because I was doing it all wet and wet, trying to get it done. So
That's what you get.
Yeah. How do you remove red?
I gotta go in with gouache.
Yeah.
Around it.
Yeah. A little acrylic maybe help you out there.
You can't. But I was doing it with inks, so there's nothing you could do. You're kind of like
Wow.
I'm locked in. So I gotta go in with like opaque.
Squibs says, "How could I have missed this show? I love Batman 66. Weren't you here at the beginning? Not that he can respond, but you know,
You didn't vote. You should have voted.
Yeah. All righty. I guess I'm going to have to call it.
All right. Dang it.
Kelsey's bleeding all over the place. So I
I am.
got
I'm
to
bleeding,
stop the
guys.
bleeding. I got to stop the bleeding.
Bleeding
Go to
from
him
what
now.
hurts.
All right. That is
Aaron, what do
time,
you got?
gentlemen.
All right.
All right. I'm going to
I got
show
close.
mine. This is sort of my
Oh wow.
impression of
great.
Julie Newmar.
That outfit looks slippery.
When wet, as they say, right?
Oh,
See my impressionistic bat cape in the bottom there?
Oh, I thought that was like Venom coming for her or something.
She's got the Batman mask, so I'm hope is selling the whole cape thing, but I don't know. I don't know if that's working out. But she's
Ah,
got
that
the
looks
hips. So
Yeah. I love that slick. That what do they call that? Latex. The way you did that with the lighting. That's pretty
Yeah, yeah.
cool.
It's got a
Cool, man.
sheen on it. There
Yeah.
you go.
Yep.
Yeah. Very
So
nice.
This vaults me into third place easy
At least,
right
yeah.
now.
At least
I'm
third
feeling
place.
very comfortable. Daniel Russell saying nope on the Cape. Thanks a lot, Daniel. Just when I need to be lifted up. All right. $50 confirmed.
Hey,
All right. Okay.
that's not a loser after all.
For the cake.
That dream of people handing me money. It's starting. It's starting. Okay. So let's see what David has for us.
Whoa.
Whoa. Barbara Gordon.
Yeah, she's way too happy about kicking this dude.
Ah, man, to be an extra on set that day. Look at this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. This
Can
is
I,
great, man. Awesome.
Can I come back as this guy's ear?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
So, David, what are your long
Pretty dang
planned
good.
goals with this? I assume finishing it, but how? Are you gonna?
I'm gonna paint it. I'm gonna color it.
Paint? Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty dang awesome. Pretty dang good.
Now, see, Henry Beam is saying $100 confirmed, so the prices are going up. Kelsey, this may be your lucky day.
Hey, there's only one way to go down. Let's go.
Kelsey, are you still painting?
No. I stopped.
Okay, because
I will get a. I'll keep
I
going.
have a piece that I want to slip in there when Aaron's ready.
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, this is Gary trying to show me up. Here we go.
Whoa!
Now that's
Awesome.
what I'm talking about.
So I was doing this under the table during the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. What under the table? Yeah.
Okay, Kelsey.
This is awesome. Golly, man. Beautiful.
Wow.
Thank you.
All right. Well,
Which reminds me that you'll find a link to sign up for Gary's book, Brush with Destiny, in the description of this video. So make sure that if you haven't signed up for Gary's book, to run over there and do it.
Now let's look at Kelsey's.
All right. Just all
Disaster.
yeah. There you go.
Oh, nice.
There you go. Got I gotta like darken up the background so that his green really pops, so it looks bright.
I think his eyes are a little low on his face.
Yeah. Dig it in there a little more. Yeah, I can make the lighting more pronounced on him and stuff, but you can see where it's going.
I like the stylized angularity of it. I really do. I'm not being facetious.
Thanks.
Is that Dr. Phosphorus?
No, what is his name?
I thought it was going to be Shank when you started it.
No. What is this guy's name? Anybody remember? Blight, right?
Blight?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Say so.
But he's like green and glowing and stuff like that. It'd be cool.
Yeah, he's a ripoff of Dr. Phosphorus.
Right. So there you go for your consideration. At least top 4.
Oh, easy. Oh, that's not even a question.
Yeah. I think Gary would be perfect.
Yeah.
Squibs came late, but says, that's so amazing, Kelsey, but Aaron may still be the winner.
Yeah.
So it's not a competition. It's not.
Between Aaron and Gary.
That's right. It's not a
David
competition.
and I, we'll show up sometime during the week. It's
Paul
a sliding
Taylor-
scale of winning.
Paul Taylor says, just say the red bleeding was a result of the mass printing process.
There you go.
Yeah, his cheap printer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here you
it
go,
looks,
Kelsey.
It looks a lot better like this, I think.
Look, Kelsey, look at that price.
$33.99
Hey.
confirmed.
All right. As is, I don't have to do anymore. Sold.
That's right. I don't have to work on this anymore. You can have it. Oh, we're in like 2 days from now, this is going to be like a masterpiece. We're all going to be going, you son of a, how did you do that?
What are you trying to jinx me?
What size is that, Kelsey?
Pressure on, dude.
22 by 30.
Uh-huh.
No. What is it?
Centimeters.
Your hands must be massive.
Yeah.
Brian Norton says,
fella.
Aaron, my 18-month-old niece I'm babysitting liked yours best. So there you go.
This is 9 by 12. 9 by 12. Normal size these days.
Eastman74 says, sign it, Bob.
Yeah. Want to know? We'll see how it comes out.
Oh, Justin Side
Isn't
says Aaron's
Bob
cape
that-
ruins it for me.
Isn't Bob that demon from like who killed Laura Mars? What was that?
Oh. You mean
That TV series?
Twin Peaks?
Yeah, Twin Peaks.
Was that Bob?
Wasn't that demon's name Bob?
I don't
Was that who
remember.
killed her? I never
don't
watched
remember.
the show.
It was
Spoilers.
It wasn't about I remember they advertised it as like a whodunit, and that was not at all what that series was about.
It's very weird. Totally
Weirdo.
David Finch.
Lynch. David Finch, artist of Twin Peaks.
David Lynch, I meant.
David Finch. Yeah, the failed filmmaker turned to comics.
Oh, now they're saying the demons were actually aliens. So look at all these
Angela
spoilers.
was saying it was complicated.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, well, you guys, that's going to wrap it up for this exciting episode of Graybeard's Studio. It's not a competition because we're all winners, right?
Turn in next week for when I win this week.
Yeah.
Again, let me remind everybody that we all have campaigns. Wraith of God Blood Hunters is mine. Bass Reeves West of Hell is the one that David worked on. And Kelsey Shannon's Scribbles book. You say it's back up, running, and healthy.
I think so.
And you'll find a link.
Cross your fingers.
Well, I went and checked it this morning. It looked pretty healthy to me. So
good. All right.
There's a link to there. And of course, Gary Martin, the sign up for Brush with Destiny, his art book that's coming up soon. He'll be launching soon. So anyway, guys, enjoy the rest of your week. Thank you for joining us. We couldn't do it without you. You guys make this show the best show on the internet because it truly is. Thank you, guys. And we will see you next time right here on Graybeard's Studio.